Yo, yo, yo. Who's ready to cap off week one with a good one? Who's ready to cap off week one with what should be another really. All the primetime games so far this week have been really good games, which is fantastic. Hopefully today follows suit. The ESPN broadcasts are doing their picks right now. For those who don't know, I have the 49ers winning this one. It seems like most of the Monday night countdown crew are picking the Niners. Okay, this should be a good one. This should be a good one. No McCaffrey tonight, which definitely hurts the Jets. No Christian McCaffrey. Which, that's definitely a shock to say the least that he's not playing. It was calf and Achilles is the reported injuries. Shit, definitely a shock there. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, should be a good one from Santa Clara. We shall see. Rodgers makes his return after playing only 5 snaps last season. No McCaffrey tonight. But the Niners do still have Ayuk, still have Samuel, still have Williams playing. Yeah, should be a good one. The 49ers have been Rodgers' kryptonite in the past when he was with the Packers. We'll see if they can keep up that trend. We'll see. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing today? Kickoff is approaching. Should be happening momentarily. No shot to Jets or practice. Oh man. Thanks, man. Yep. Thanks. Should be. Hey, if the game's good, the stream will be good. Nah, I'm kidding. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a good stream. We'll see. I'm expecting the game to be really good, which again does help. But if not, we'll find ways to make this a good stream as well. Because honestly, if this is a blowout, I'm hoping it's the 49ers blowing out the Jets. But I mean, the good thing for the Niners is your defense is for the most part is like all the key pieces are healthy. And by key pieces, primarily Fred Warner. Obviously, not McCaffrey's gonna suck, but I mean, if this is a battle purely, if you can make this a battle purely between the defenses, I still like your chances as like the more not necessarily better like talented offense, although there's a lot of talent on the Niners offense, but it's just the fact that they have played together the most. They have the most experience together, in part because Rodgers played 4 snaps last year, but also because the Jets did add new O linemen and they just haven't proven themselves as an offense yet that they can be like a cohesive group. The other thing is I need to see other receivers have good games today besides just Garrett Wilson. Because Mike Williams is like he's a solid receiver. He can be. I'm just not sure how he will fit with the Jets. We shall see again. Slowly approaching kickoff. Buck and Aikman. Currently talking about probably about Rodgers. This game for as good as the Niners are, and they should get most of the attention. Most of the media's been surrounding the Jets for this one, and part of the reason why ESPN has become near unwatchable for me is the amount of times they talk about the Jets and only the Jets and hype up the Jets when they really probably shouldn't. But whatever. We only control the national media so much. Jordan Mason making his first career start. I'm shocked it's Mason getting the start. I would have thought it was Elijah Mitchell. I'm pretty sure he is still on the Niners. I would have thought for sure they would have given it to Elijah. But I guess not. I mean, they probably will still go. Are we seeing Nod? Is that why? I could have sworn he still was. Hold on. No, he's not. Okay, that makes more sense. That does make sense. Hey, so where did he go in the offseason? I feel like that's a name that was not talked about enough. Because Elijah Mitchell is a good back. Unless he's injured, he might be injured. Yeah, he's out for season on IR. Yeah, I remember that report now. Okay, so yeah, the Niners backfield now definitely a bit of concern. I forgot that he was out for season. That's how little the Niners get talked about, despite being a really good team. Well, also most of the conversation surrounding the Niners was Ayuk and Williams' holdouts. So anytime the Niners got brought up, it was always so focused there instead of just like everyone else on the team. But yeah, we'll see. I do again. They have the Niners have a great offensive line unit, so I expect the ground game to still be fine. I mean, pass game should still be good. I know McCaffrey's a big part of it, but I mean, again, Ayuk still, Samuel still, Kittle still. Dewan Jennings obviously is still there, so they still have like all the other key receivers that they would need. Now it's just down to can they like build off a ground game or build a ground game off of it, and then like and the defense should still be good, should still be a top unit. And I do think the Jets is a good matchup for the Niners week one. Just because I think the Niners will be able to get good pass rush. So it's a good test for both sides. If the Niners can get a good pass rush, it's a great test for the Jets offensive line. And then it's a good test to see how reliant the offense is on McCaffrey. I don't think it's too reliant of an offense. So like I still think the offense will be fine, but it's definitely going to be a lot tighter and closer of a game because McCaffrey's not playing. Can we get a? I just had a Papa John's commercial. That just makes me think about the basketball season, man. Get 50% off whenever the Heat win. Yeah, commercial. Again, kickoff slowly approaching. Roughly, well, because 8:15 is when it's like supposed to kick off. So roughly 10 minutes until kickoff. Roughly 10 minutes out. Yeah, and man, all the Tyreek stuff that came out today. Jeez. Yeah, that's a rough look for the Miami-Dade Police Department. That was not an easy watch. But yeah, there's not much I can really that I could input from it besides like yeah, like stuff needs to change because that was abysmal. Yeah, kickoff slowly approaching. The Debo Samuel and getting into the rhythm in the locker room, bopping his head, getting ready. As the Jets take the field. So yeah, during the pregame show, they showcased a one-on-one sit-down between Aaron Rodgers and Alex Smith, and kind of them talking about like that first hit tonight when he gets back, and kind of like how like kind of just like how is he prepared for it and how he's thinking through it. That first hit, it's probably like Rodgers probably gonna be like not shaken up, but probably like, okay, cool, got the first hit out of the way now. Everything's still good. But like in the that's like the after the hit happens. Like up until he's gonna be waiting, man. It's gonna be an interesting night for Rodgers. And for the people who don't know, I was a massive Aaron Rodgers fan. It was because of him that made my NFC team the Packers. Because when I was training and trying to play, like, end up making football a career myself, he was someone I tried to emulate my game after the most. So like I have a lot of respect for him on the field and for his talent, but that's about where that has since come to an end. But either way, I mean, when he's playing and like he's playing at the top of his game, he is a fun ass sport. He's a fun quarterback to watch play. I remember I was at the Christmas Day game a few years back between the Dolphins and Packers, and I'm just sitting there that second half in the stands, like, yep, that's Rodgers. Not much you can do. Just have to respect it. So I'm hoping he actually plays tonight, and it's not short lived like last year. Like I'm hoping he actually gets through a full season with the Jets because it would be fun to see kind of how that goes. And also because it would be fun to see like if it does not go the greatest and he still plays a full year, it would be fun to see how Jets fans react. Nonetheless, like, yeah, hopefully he actually gets through the full season this time. All right, a few minutes away. We're gonna kick off approaching roughly 4-ish minutes, maybe a little more, but probably 8:20 would be the actual kickoff. So roughly 9 minutes as we await. I wonder if I assume the Jets probably want ball first because they want to get that first hit for Rodgers out of the way as soon as possible. Like I would imagine that they would want ball first and want the chance to score first. That way, there's like as little pressure as possible on that first drive for him. Not to say that Rodgers can handle pressure, but it's still getting the case of hey, if the Niners have a lot of momentum going into Rodgers' first drive through like a first drive score from their offense, things could definitely be like it's definitely going to be tougher for that first drive than if they get ball first. You have something and like after that first hit, and so like in next week when Rodgers plays, then I'm sure like it don't matter. And like if like normal a typical week one for Rodgers doesn't like, he's not like we need ball first and all that to gain momentum and everything because he can just steal the momentum with a great throw. But it's again just needing that first hit to happen and kind of just like okay, how is he gonna feel? How am I gonna feel afterwards? We definitely want that as soon as possible. So hell, if they want as soon as possible, put him in on kick return. Just let him fake block someone, get that hit out of the way. All right, here we go. The intro to Monday Night Football. You're gonna get the singing going. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like, I do agree with most of what the media says, and that's like if Rodgers is healthy and he plays like good quality football, like relatively high quality football, the Jets are going to be a threat. I just don't necessarily see him playing too high quality of a football to the point where, like, yeah, he's better. He will be better than Zach Wilson or all the other guys they get. But really, if he's a top half of the league quarterback, then I think that then obviously they probably are happy with that. But I think that also might not be enough. Yep, here we go. Let's go Niners, baby. Let's go. If the Niners do win, that's a 12-4 week on pick'ems. I will take that. I will take 12-4 on pick'ems, especially because one of those losses was because the Bengals threw away shit. That's the thing. Like, the Bengals losing is weird, but that messed up pick'ems. And then like the other three losses I had on pick'ems were all just like, yeah, maybe not the smartest of ideas to go with those routes. I mean, the Tennessee should have won, so I stand by Tennessee in that pick and that selection. But and obviously I stand by the Bengals one as well because they should have. Well, like that was a abysmal performance by Cincy. But picking Carolina and New York, yeah, maybe not the best ideas. All right, here we go. Who's getting involved first? It is the Jets. The Jets are getting involved first. Cool, that's kind of what I figured. Okay, you want to get that first hit out of the way as soon as possible. So first drive of the game is Aaron Rodgers' return to the field. Man, it's gonna be a fun first drive, huh? I do wonder. I assume they probably will start with some handoffs just to like, get his stuff flowing. Did it really? That's amazing. A kick is sent away for a touchback. Jets will begin from the 30. That won you your fantasy match. I mean, it sucks that he's not playing, but that's funny. That is. Oh, I mean, if you lead them by 20, then I don't think him not playing necessarily. Like, I still think he probably would have won even with CMC playing. But yeah, it just guarantees it. All right, Rodgers has taken the field. Let's see. What's the first play? What does Nathaniel Hackett have dialed up? Rodgers under center. Back behind him. A receiver and tight end to each side. They're sending a tight end in motion. Toss play left side with Brees Hall. And that's going to be a solid gain of about 3. He breaks a tackle in the backfield. Yeah, I get that. Definitely get that because I'm holding my breath until he gets hit. Basically, I'm holding my breath until he gets hit. There's definitely like a little of hesitancy with Rodgers, but like once he gets hit and he shows like it's all fine. He's under center once again. Brees Hall behind him. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends to the left. Then one of those tight ends in motion. Toss play right side this time, and that's going to be a gain of roughly 2 or 3 on the play. So two straight run plays. Kind of what I expected when you're just trying to ease someone back in. But I do think him completing that nice pass is gonna help him, as well as again just getting that first hit out the way. But I do also like the decision to just run the ball to begin. Like Brees Hall is a great back. Was he 3rd and 3? Rodgers is in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers left. Then one of those receivers in motion out wider, looking to throw. Quick pass left side, going to be incomplete, dropped. And that's a 3-and-out to begin this Jets drive or this Jets game. Who was at a? Yeah, he was not ready for that ball. It hit him in his hands. I mean, could have been a little more accurate, but that's being really picky on the pass. That was intended for Alan Lazard, someone that Rodgers normally has a great connection with. And now Thomas Morstead on to punt this one away. That is a great opening drive for the 49ers. Punt comes off clean, and that's going to be fair caught inside the 10 and about the 8. It exhales. Still not for me fully yet. It's definitely an exhale there, though. I want to see him get hit. I want to see that first hit get out of the way already. I never have to wait another drive. As Brock Purdy takes the field. Not a lot. I mean, this is the most likely the last year on that rookie contract. Most likely he's going to get paid in the offseason, and that's going to like adjust how the contract layout is and all that. But he's in shotgun. Back behind him, Kyle Juszczyk to his left. Hand this one off the middle to Jordan Mason, who gets stood up after a gain of 1. Oh, Brock's going to get that Dak money and more if he has another great season. Like if the Niners have another like if they go to 3 straight NFC championship games with Brock Purdy leading the way, 62, 63 possibly, like he's going to get that bag. But of course, he needs to have a solid season this year. He's in shotgun back to his right. And then a man in motion, ball now on the 10 after the gain of 2, looking to throw. Pass right side going to be caught by George Kittle, who gains 7, maybe 6. Sets up a 3rd and short. I like just getting the quick passes going. Sauce Gardner there on the tackle. Now it's 3rd and 2. So this is where, like, if McCaffrey was playing, he would probably be like the number 1 option on this play. I wonder, and they're in 5 wide. 3 receivers to the left. Now they're making an adjustment, shifting a back to Purdy's left. Looking to throw. Throwing deep left side, trying to find, thinking that's Debo, but it's gonna fall incomplete on the corner route. Debo kind of got held up at the top of that route. I'm not surprised that Kittle would be a really frustrating player to have on fantasy. Because he has those games where he goes off pass catching wise, but then he also has games where he goes off run blocking and blocking wise, and like that does not give you fantasy points. Anyway, Mitch Wishnowsky on to punt this one away for the Niners. They go 3-and-out to begin the game, and we might have a defensive slugfest here. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from about the 25 and brought out to the 30. Yeah, exactly. But like that's why I mentioned this last night, I believe. But that's why like fantasy for me is just weird. Like and why like I understand the appeal. I've done fantasy in the past. I just don't like it because I just can't think that way. At least I can, but I don't like thinking that way. Because again, Kittle can have a stretch of like 3 games where he doesn't do a lot pass catching wise, but he is still a massive reason why the Niners win. Yeah, it is what because there was off-season discussion about Jalen Waddle needing a breakout year or like needing a bounce back year, and I'm just like, what do you mean? He's going for his 4th 1,000-yard season. He's had 3 straight 1,000-yard years, and he needs a bounce back year. And then it turns out that it's like, oh well, because Hill had like twice the amount of targets, or like 2.5 times the amount of targets as Waddle. Waddle's fantasy numbers went down. I'm just like, who cares? Miami could win a playoff game, and like 4 of our players have like piss poor fantasy performances. I won't care. If we win a playoff game that's that's similar to Steelers Falcons, let it be. I say we're at commercial break, by the way. Don't worry. Hey, Ball Flash. You have not missed a lot. 2 or 3 announced to begin the game. Rodgers had 1 pass attempt so far, and it was incomplete. Yeah, exactly. I just want to win a game, especially with Miami, where success was far and few between up until McDaniel arrived. I don't care how we win a game, as long as we win and we improve the following. Like we show signs of improvement. Yeah, exactly. No, if Jalen Waddle wants to become God during a game, like if Thursday night he just wants to become God, fine, go for it. Go for it. As long as we beat Buffalo, I don't care who on our team wants to become God. Eichenberg, you want to step up finally? Go for it. How you doing? How you doing, Level? Playoffs. Playoffs. Who was that coach? I remember what was it? It was a Lions coach, if I remember correctly. Who had that post game presser? I cannot remember the name though. I am a Dolphins fan. Yeah, I am a Dolphins fan. All right, Rodgers, shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers and tight end to the right, looking to throw. Quickly has to escape the pressure. Shovel passes it to Hall, who fumbles it, and the Niners recover at the 32. Well, yeah, it was Herm Edwards. First play of the drive is a fumble, and the Niners recover. Wow. Okay, Rodgers escapes pressure quick. Gets a shovel off to Breece Hall, but Fred Warner, beautiful peanut punch on Breece Hall there, and the ball gets loose. Dolphins Alliance, nice combo. That's a nice combo. Seeing the Lions succeed recently has been fantastic. Oh yeah. Well, because I'm like, okay, some scoreboards have just a dot, some have an arrow. I'm like, no, I'm gonna use a football to say possessions because it's fun. Purdy under center, back behind him. That's Debo behind him. Going to hand it off, trying to work that right side, cut up middle, finds a small lane, gains about 3. It's like, I'm like, to be fair, I also added, like, that was also a really hasty idea to add the football as a possession indicator during the UFL streams. And it kind of just stuck because, again, I kind of like it. Devon Holland had a great peanut punch, and that saved Miami the game. Purdy under center on 2nd and 7. Send a man out in motion, looking to throw, pump fake, and has time to throw over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Debo Samuel. And that's going to set up 3rd and 7. Same. And like Debo has had solid, like it goes back to the whole fantasy discussion, because Debo had that really great year, and I think it was 22, where he was like lined up everywhere on the field, constantly had big games. And then last year, it kind of was down in production, but at the same time, he was still a massive piece to that success. Oh, I'm just watching on ESPN through YouTube TV. Purdy looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Throwing a deep right side, just throws it away incomplete. Had to throw it away quick as pressure came quick. Now comes the field goal unit. It was like Debo is like a consistently like very like solid play. I mean, that play was miscommunication with him, it seems. On ABC. Yeah. Because I'm just watching on ES. I believe I might be on ABC, but yeah, I'm on YouTube TV primarily. All right, 46-yard try for Jake Moody from the right hash to give the Niners the lead. Kick is up and right down the middle. Watching Manning cast. See, I typically do watch Manning casts, but it's a case where if I'm gonna watch the Manning cast, I want to be able to hear it. And with now doing these streams, I don't want to have like a headphones on or anything. So I just go standard broadcast. That way I can also just see more, and I don't have to worry about like Aiden talking about some bullshit while the play's going on. But I do generally like the Manning cast. I know they have Belichick on for this season. Yeah, but to be fair, age in sports is a weird thing because like you can sit here and be like and like not Rodgers, he is but like Dak Prescott, who's like just about to turn 30 or might have just turned 30, and you're like, well, he's getting up there in age for the quarterback position and whatnot. Like it's rough because like the especially running backs, like the running back positions, like age clock is way too like way too short. Yeah, they don't do a great job of promoting the Manning cast like they first did when it started. But I mean, it's just an alternate broadcast. If those clips are everywhere afterwards anyway, so it's not like you necessarily need to watch it to get the full experience. And so yeah, we're at commercial break. While we're here, if you're new, subscribe. We'd be greatly appreciated, and leave a like. Yeah, I'm slowly working on the video for this weekend. It should be done on by Saturday. Yeah, because like it's not only the case of like age in sports just works weird, especially in the NFL. It's also like age. There's also like positions matter a lot when it comes to like the age window for someone's prime. And it's like, yeah, I can get it, but at the same time, like if they're still putting in work and putting in and still playing at a high level, they deserve to be paid at a high level. Even if one just give them like a 2 year deal, like pay them top market if they deserve top market. I get not giving someone a 5 year deal if they're 35, but at least like give them a deal that's worth their while, that's like worth their production. All right, Niners are about to kick this one away. It's going to be back at the end zone for a touchback. All right, so Jets have another shot here, down by 3. It was like Raheem Mostert is a good example of like why age is kind of a weird thing to look at specifically. And but it's like he bounced around to begin his career like for 7 years, so he's still like young-ish when it comes to like the amount of wear and tear. When it comes to NFL teams, I hate most of the AFC, pretty much the AFC East. Not really anyone else. Well, Cleveland's the other one. Rodgers under center, back behind him. 2 receivers to his right. Gonna hand this one off once again to Brees Hall, who's going to go nowhere. Might have even lost a yard on the play. Yeah, and same. That's why like there's only like it's very most of like standard ESPN media is very hard for me to watch. I can get by with Pat McAfee because like he's a jokester and like I more so watch him because of the guests he has on are really good most of the time, and because he is good on game day. But like yeah, like the 49ers have production outside of Ayuk. That's not the issue. Rodgers pitch right side to Brees Hall, and he's going to gain maybe 2 on the play. The Jets are just man. This is a weird play call scheme. Because like kickers, honestly, I feel like most kickers can play till they're like 50 if they really wanted to. Yeah, Rich Eisen is really good. Same with Dan Patrick, and then like most YouTubers as well. Brett Coleman, Tom Grassi again. Shout out to him from yesterday. G Perna, like again, like it is at the point where like you want like really good sports discussions, go to YouTube. Rodgers looking to throw in 3rd and 8, pass left side, going to be caught. What a grab by Garrett Wilson with an arm in between him and the ball, able to hang on. Great grab on 3rd and 8. That's great grab. They're run heavy, not because they don't realize Aaron can throw, but just because they're trying to protect Aaron. They don't want him to get hit just yet. They want to make sure that they want to keep him upright. And you do that by just him not having the ball. All right, 1st and 10 after that play. Rodgers under center, play action, looking to throw. Quick pass for the check down to Breece Hall, going to gain 3. But yeah, they don't want Rodgers to get too banged up just yet. But at the same time, like, he needs to get hit eventually because it's better for him. I did 2 years of fantasy football. Did well with it, but then I kind of was like, this isn't for me. But I can understand. I understand fantasy and like I understand why people like it, but it's just not for me. Like, I think more team oriented than individual performances. Rodgers handoff up the middle. It's going to be stuffed instantly. Loss of 1 on the play. There's no room to run, blowing up. And 3rd and 7 coming up. I think that's like, I get fantasy. I get it. I understand why people like it. Just I want Rodgers shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 10 seconds on the play clock, making adjustments at the line. Still making adjustments. Audible and all over the place. 2 seconds on the play clock. Get it off in time. Looking to throw. Pass over the middle. Wide open. Garrett Wilson. 1st down to the Jets. Down by the 35. So fantasy is you like it's kind of like it's you like you have to build your you have to draft your dream football team. So like you have like again you have like Aaron Rodgers, and then you'll have who's like James Cook, and then Tyreek, and she has like players from all around the league onto one team, and then based off of like a point scaling system, you get a certain amount of points. You need to try to get the most. Rodgers quick pass left side screenplay to Breece Hall, going to get the 1st and more down to the 22. 1st down Jets. Yeah, so like fantasy is all about like trying to find which players are going to be have the most consistently good individual performances. Which like, I get that people like to think that way, and some people are like really good at thinking that way and prefer it because it gives them a reason to watch all the other NFL games. But for me, I don't like thinking about like, okay, well, I just don't like thinking individualistically about football. Rodgers under center, a back and fullback behind him. Then the tight end in motion. Handoff up the middle. Breece Hall going to gain about 3, maybe 4. Yeah, this has been a good game so far. The Niners are hitting hard. Like when they've gotten the chance to truly square up someone, they're hitting hard. Again, the Jets very run heavy so far, which totally understandable. 5:40 to go in the first, 2nd and 7 coming up. Rodgers 1 incompletion today. He's in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers and a tight end to the right. Send in a man in motion, looking to throw. Has some time stepping up now, looking. Throwing incomplete. Do it in between 2 receiving options, and just no one really went for it. 3rd and 7 coming up. 5:21 to go in the first. I mean, like, I figured this was going to be a good game. Because again, these are like, and for as much as like I don't fully like the Jets Super Bowl discussions this early on, like this could be a Super Bowl preview if like Rodgers does play insane this year, or plays like close to MVP level. Rodgers looking to throw, 3rd and 7. Throw over the middle, caught Garrett Wilson wide open, 1st down, down to the 11. Maybe he was. I don't know, yeah, there was receivers all over the place on that 2nd down incompletion, but hey, to pick up the 1st anyway, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, just being an insanely reliable receiver. And the Jets O line is blocking really well in pass pro. Like Rodgers hasn't really had any true danger in the pocket. The one time he did, it was a screenplay, so it was kind of designed that way. Rodgers shotgun back to his left. Garrett Wilson sent in motion. Screenplay left side for Garrett Wilson. Cuts it up, cuts it inside, and finally brought down, but not before getting to about the 3-yard line. Oh, did he? Because they didn't really show a replay of that one, so I didn't realize there was someone back there. Oh, it definitely was, and I'll even admit I was kind of underrating it as well because of like Aaron Smith's injury history and because I didn't fully expect it to gel like fully well just yet. Rodgers handoff, Brees Hall up the middle. He's going to get in for the Jets touchdown. Jets take the lead thanks to Brees Hall and the offense. Hey, they're starting. They looked really good on that. They looked good on that drive, especially the offensive line, which was again a big question mark entering the season. Yeah, they do well. They did well moving bodies that drive, and Brees Hall takes it himself. Wow, he's out. I mean, like Brees Hall is another guy that like if he can like stay healthy and have like continue like his level of success that he was having his rookie season or 2 years ago at this point, then it's gonna be a good season for the Jets. Extra point is good. That's the wrong thing. No. I'm rooting, and I think the Niners will win tonight. Because again, Dolphins fan, I just don't want the Jets to win. Like if the Jets do have another like stinker of a season, even with Rodgers playing the full season, that would be amazing for me. Like yeah, I'm rooting for San Francisco. I have San Francisco to win, and it is the point where I am also kind of banking on the Niners to win because I have the majority of power rankings already recorded for tomorrow. So I kind of do need them to win. Like if they win, they're the final team I need to record the section for. If they lose, I need to adjust some things, but yeah, I do have the Niners winning. Although that drive was a really good drive for the Jets, so we'll see. We shall see. I mean, we're at commercial break. They're showing a Joker 2 trailer, and man, the first Joker was good. I have no expectations for this one. None. And this drink is not lasting me as long as if I was going to. Okay. Yeah. To be fair, I also made predictions and like all those expectations before McCaffrey's really injury was announced. But I still think the Niners have the talent to win even without McCaffrey. I don't think he is a big piece to this team. I don't think he is like he's a big piece, but at the same time, they were a good team before they got McCaffrey. So I don't. While I do think like his addition did really help them like regain the Super Bowl, like re get back to the Super Bowl after 2019. I just don't think he's like too necessarily. Like especially because there's even reports now that he might not play next week, and they play the Vikings next week. So I definitely don't think he's necessarily needed there. Although last year when the Vikings and the Niners played, yeah, exactly. He's the mountain of icing on the cake, or like the giant cherry on a Sunday. Like the Niners have a lot of talent. They just added more with him. But the Niners, I mean, kickoff underway. Going to be downed in the end zone for a touchback ball. Come out to the 30. By the way, do you mean Cincy ball flash? Like, do you mean like do you think Cincy has a realistic shot to beat the Chiefs? Because if so, no. I mean, technically they could, but no. because like again, Cincy has the record of starting off slow. If they start like, and typically it takes 3 to 4 weeks before they start like hitting their stride. They do seem to play up or down to opponents, but still. Purdy shotgun back to his right, now shifting the back to his left. A tight end and receiver on each side. Tight end in motion. Toss left side to Jordan Mason, who's going to gain about 3 on the play. I mean, every team has a shot. We saw that with the Patriots. Every team has a shot. But I think you guys are going to need to play, like, really, really, like play damn near perfect football to beat the Chiefs. Especially if Mahomes doesn't have a down game again, like, it's going to take a lot. Purdy under center, back behind him, tight end sent in motion. Handoff once again, has plenty of space to run. First down and more, down to about the 47 is Jordan Mason for the 49er first down. There was so much running space there. They had 3 linemen in the second level before the handoff even happened. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Definitely need to make Pacheco a big factor why the Chiefs win. But again, the Chiefs they have a lot of talent. But this doesn't get talked about a lot because Kelsey, Mahomes, Purdy under center, handoff once again up the middle, and going to find a lane is Deebo Samuel for about 5, maybe 6. Yeah, so if your front 5 aren't that great, and your front 5 aren't that great, so already like Pacheco gonna be able to run wild, and Mahomes is gonna be able to sit in the pocket. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for the Bengals. But again, who knows? Something like one of the tackles could be on an off day, and then Trey Hendrickson just constantly beats him or whatnot. 2nd and 5, Purdy shotgun back to his left. Then Samuel in motion, looking to throw. Pass over the middle. Dropped. Brandon Ayuk couldn't hang on. Sauce Gardner forces the ball loose. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Yeah, that's ideal. But again, okay, so let's say that the left tackle for the Chiefs has an off day on Sunday, and then Trey Hendrickson beats him a few times. Okay, well we're gonna keep him back on that side and chip block him, or we're gonna double team him with the tackle and guard. Yeah, stopping Chris Jones would definitely help as well. If you can make it a shootout, good chances you go up a little bit, but it's still a shootout against Mahomes. Purdy shotgun back to his left, 3rd and 5, looking to throw. Has time, throwing right side, going to be caught for the first down. That's Brandon Ayuk down to the 35-ish. First down, 49ers. Yes, Tua is the franchise. I love that we paid him. Absolutely love it. I know we had an off day yesterday, but Tua is the guy. Like I will always admit this. On draft night back in 2020, I wanted Herbert. But when we drafted Tua, I said I trust Greer's decision. I'm happy I did stick with that trust. Purdy play action, rolling out to his right, looking to throw. Flag on the play, gonna get down at the line of scrimmage. I'm good with numbers. I honestly didn't even realize his dreads were tucked. Like I've stuck with Tua since draft night. Because again, I have faith in Greer when a lot of Dolphins fans don't. Because they have more access to like college film and to like they have more access to the players than I have ever had. Penalty is declined for illegal formation on San Francisco. Yeah, like McDaniel came in and completely turned everything around. Yeah, funny enough, level, that is an off day for Miami's offense. Like, go back, that first half was sluggish as hell. He missed Tua on another 50+ yard touchdown in that first half. He could have had such a better passing day. Purdy tossing it left side to Jordan Mason, who's going to find a lane to pick up about 7. So, like, he started the game off sluggish, and then it really took until the fourth quarter for him to truly turn it on. Or really that 80-yard touchdown to Tyreek. So, if he would have played a more complete game, he would have had such a better day passing, which is insane. And he even had a touchdown stolen from him from the refs. Exactly. Ask a Broncos fan. Ask a Ravens fan what a good day from Tua looks like back when, not last year, but 2 years ago in week 2. Like, yeah, he had insane numbers, but it still was like he still missed passes you would expect him to hit. As that's the end of the first quarter, the Niners are gonna be facing a third and about 3 when we get back from this commercial break. And to be fair, like, yeah, expectations for Miami's offense is high, but that's because they've been the best up, maybe not the best, but they've been a top 3 offense the past 2 years. Do you come out against Jacksonville and the run game can't do anything until late in the game? The pass game is primarily checkdowns for most of the first half. Like, it was an off day. And when an off day is still 330 yards, it's going to be looked at and it's going to be still a pretty good game. He even had a scramble for 11 yards. I really like that. But, like, it was a kind of performance where it beats Jacksonville, it doesn't beat Buffalo or KC or Baltimore. So, like, that's what I mean by off day. Yeah, if Miami can win the division, I like our chances to at least win a playoff game. But what's going back to the whole cold weather and everything. What sucks is our November and December slate is not the most favorable for the conditions Miami likes to play in. We have at LA, which it can get cold in SoFi. We saw that 2 years ago. At Lambeau on Thanksgiving night, which is a terrible, terrible draw, but gotta be able to handle it. And then at Cleveland on Monday Night Football in December, like, not the great. The one upside is I believe we do play San Francisco at home, so I'll take that. But we end the season at MetLife Stadium in New York. So again, not the easiest of late season schedules, but you gotta be able to handle it if you want to compete. Gotta be able to handle it. So we'll see. Honestly, the hope very well could be clinch division before we even go to Lambeau, but I doubt it. Purdy shotgun back to his right, 3rd and 5 from the 29-yard line, and looking for roughly the 25. Going to hand off to Jordan Mason, who's then going to toss it to Deebo Samuel, trying to create something. The Jets are all over this, but he's breaking tackles left and right. Finally brought down for a loss of about 4 on the play. Just disastrous of a play, and Gardner is slow to get up. Why? Here's the thing. For as much as I love the Shanahan offense and the Shanahan style, why are you getting fancy like that on 3rd and 5? When 0-0 and 17, it would go by. I think it would, because I have seen someone test this in Madden, which is not a good basin for it. As real quick, Moody on for the 51-yard try from the left hash to make this a 1-point game. Kick is up and right down the middle. So if I remember the tiebreakers correctly, I believe it just goes based off of a coin toss, or it goes by like points for. because not every team could theoretically tie, but it won't be the same scores of tie games. So I believe it'll be either who has the most points for, or it's a coin toss. Because at the end of the day, if they have to have like a tiebreaker like that, where they're very similar teams, then they would want whoever they think can have the most explosive of an offense, or most explosive of a game. But typically, when it comes to tiebreakers, and like they do get to that point where it is like the points for, typically that does differ. Yeah, I know there's like some like weird thing that happens though with 00 and 17. Because I know if you try it in Madden, it just goes alphabetical. With I want to say location names. But again, Madden is a terrible base in when it comes to playoff seeding. Yeah, I believe it would be either points for or coin toss. As we're at commercial break. There's some weird thing that happens with it. The NFL, if you think the NFL tiebreakers are weird, look at college, man. Because at least the NFL has like 11 contingencies for tiebreakers. College only got 6, and the 6 is a coin toss. Where there was like a randomization of teams. Which would be hilarious to see actually happen. $12-5. Yeah, I could see 12-5. That's yeah. Honestly, yeah, that is about right for me. 12-5 as well. Although I wouldn't be shocked if it's any like in the range of 10-7 to 13-4. Yeah, exactly. Kickoff underway. This is going to be returned from inside the 5. And work that right side, and finally out of bounds at the 29. Yeah, whoever spent the least NIL money, then Clemson will be winning the division. Then Clemson will be winning the ACC a bunch. Cincy 11-6. I know you sent me your full like schedule predictions, and I'm like, yeah, that's about right. But still, like there's some games there that I'm like, well, Cincy could drop games just because based off the performance against New England. Like, yeah, 13-4, 12-5. Like, though that's being realistic, but hey, if we beat Buffalo on Thursday night, we're going 16-1, baby. Rodgers under center. 2 receivers to the left. Play action, looking to throw. Deep down the field, left side, and just overthrows everyone. Ball bounces near the 23. Closest receiver was at like the 33. And Rodgers did get hit. He did get hit a little bit there, but he seems good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Miami's schedule is weird because we have that middle of the schedule between this upcoming Thursday, week 2, and when we play Buffalo next. It's like in theory we should win damn near all these games. It's really just like how the Buffalo games handle things. Rodgers tossed up the middle. Breece Hall going to gain about 5. But then again, like I said this. I was telling friends this last year. I was thinking this last year at least. So like, yeah, we should go 12-5 with like taking care of the games we should. But we're gonna lose one of them down the line. It's gonna screw us over. And go figure, that was Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, hey, if Rodgers, if that's the one thing with Rodgers, he's not gonna throw an interception unless it's really unlucky. He's in shotgun, back to his right, trips to the left, 3rd and 4, looking to throw, trying to step up and brought down for a sack back at the 30, but there is a flag on the play. That was number 56. That Leonard Floyd on the sack? Holding penalty declined. Was that Leonard Floyd? Please tell me that would be hilarious if it was Leonard Floyd. Yep, Leonard Floyd gets the 3rd down sack. And the Jets go 3 and out. It was Floyd and Bosa teaming up on it, but Floyd probably would get the credit primarily. As Bosa really only got a hand. Mostert's punt comes off clean. And it's going to be returned from the 25, brought out to about the 34. I mean, I feel like now that again Rodgers has like properly gotten hit with that sack, you can start trying to do a little longer development plays, but it all just depends on your offensive line. Yeah, that brings us to commercial break as well. Hey, both defenses are not holding back when it comes to the hits. Like they're going full force, which I love to see. They're holding nothing back on this one. They're both trying to knock someone out. Again, we were at commercial break with the Niners about to have a chance to take the lead. So my feelings with Rodgers, I mean, if it's like just for this season, I think he'll be fine. Like I think he'll play well. I don't think he's gonna be nearly as good as the media has like said he could be playing as, but he doesn't need to be as well. But like as overall for Rodgers, I idolized Rodgers when I was playing football myself. So that goes to show, like, I'm a big Rodgers fan for his on-the-field play. His off-the-field stuff over the past few years, different story. Now, I am a Dolphins fan. First off, I'm a Dolphins fan, case, and I like Burrow. I just think that he needs to, like, he needs. I like Burrow, and what I'm about to say again, don't get me wrong, I do like him. He needs to the beginning of seasons have been his kryptonite and have really hurt the Bengals consistently. His poor play to begin each season. A lot of it has gone to the fact that he's dealt with injuries in the offseason. He's had to recover. He's had to deal with recovery each offseason since entering the league, which is not an easy thing to do. But when you play a team like the Patriots and you only put up 10 points, I get T. Higgins didn't play. And you lost some key pieces in the offseason, but he needs to perform better. And again, like, fumbles at the goal line, stuff that's not necessarily his fault, but still, like, he needs to play better. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm fine. All fans welcome. Purdy under center, back behind him. Juszczyk was sent in motion from right to left. Going to play action, rolling out to his left now, bootleg. Has space to run if he chooses, and he does. Going to dive forward for what might be a first down. They're going to rule it as such. As 2 Jets players collided on that as well. We're multiplying. Hey, that's nothing. Once Burrow got there, and since he made the Super Bowl, it has been fun to see Jets fans be truly embrace, not Jets fans, see Bengals fans truly embrace being Bengals fans again. Because there was that period, tail end of Dalton, right before Burrow arrived. This is a read end around to Samuel on first down for a gain of about 6. There we go. I mean, was Peyton with the Colts or the Broncos in those clips, Bob Flash? That changes the idea behind those. His first game, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not fully saying. I'm more so saying Mercedes Lewis played a big role into handoff up the middle for Jordan Mason, going to break off some tackles, gets the first down, gain of 6. Listen, I'm just saying, you can only lose to the Texans and Steelers in a wild card round so many times in a row. Like, again, like, it was like there's the peak Andy Dalton, AJ Green era, and then there's like his final 2-ish years, and then Burrow's first year, and then there's that post era. That is true. You got there at least. Purdy toss right side for Jordan Mason, going to have a good running lane and gets to about the 40, maybe 39. Gain of about 6. Yeah, that's true. At least you got there. But again, like Dalton, because again, respect for him. He had a great tenure in Cincy, great career. Just yeah, exactly. He was just disappointed. So and plus he allowed Buffalo to make the playoffs in 28-19. So Purdy handoff to Jordan Mason up the middle, finding lanes, breaking tackles past the 30 before being brought down. Jordan Mason is running well. Yeah, that Cincy Baltimore game, I believe it was 2018 or 2019. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill just because again Dolphin bias, but both are fantastic receivers. Like you cannot go wrong with either. Because both are great deep threats. Both can catch a majority of 50-50 balls. It just depends if you want like insane speed or not. And I do. I like speed. Purdy, shotgun, toss play right side to Jordan Mason, and it's going to be inside the 20, 15, push out of bounds at the 13. Jordan Mason is running really well. Jerry Judy. I mean, Jerry Judy was good his first season. Oh, that's holding on San Francisco, going to bring it back. I said Judy had potential. It just sucks he went to Denver during their like transition years of a franchise. And then he goes to Cleveland, who just signed Kadarius Toney. That goes to show you how good of a decision making franchise they are. Yeah, 21 was y'all's season to get that ring. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen now, just because of how good the Chiefs are. Like at least with 21, you made it. You had like a relative. You damn near won it. Kyron Lacy. Damn, saying Kyron Lacy instead of Jamar Chase ball flash. Damn. Damn. I say, give me Jerome Simpson. We're talking about the Bengals a little bit. Go a little old school. Jerome Simpson and his flipping over defenders for touchdowns. Purdy shotgun back to his right. Sending Kittle in. Sending the Juszczyk in motion. Quick throw left side going to be incomplete. And that sets up 2nd and 19. Yeah, Lacy is solid. Chase Claypool. I had to watch that. I had was I'm pretty sure it was I'm pretty sure it was someone within. It might have been Omar Kelly who said this. One of Miami's beat reporters, but he called Chase Claypool a vending machine, and man, did he look like one last season for us. Purdy shotgun back to his left, 2nd and 19, looking to throw, looking to get roughly 10 on the play. Throw over the middle, wide open, caught. That's going to be a first down, and down to about the 18. It's Jawan Jennings. But there's so many receivers that are going to be entering the league in the next year or two that are going to be like insane. It's going to be the key thing of like how good the receiving class is going to be next year is one, will Travis Hunter even enter the class? And two, will he enter it as a receiver or as like a two-way player if NFL teams going to allow him to? Purdy under center, back behind him, Jordan Mason. Going to hand this one off right side with Mason. Has a lane. 10-5. Touchdown San Francisco. They take the lead. What a run. Jordan Mason's running well tonight. Yeah, I'm happy that CD and Dak finally got their deals. Just so that we don't have to hear it's being called back for a holding. Are you kidding? Wow. Calling a holding on Deebo Samuel. They'll be like, I think CD Lamb got the deal he deserved. Dak's contract at 60 mil is crazy. But hey, he got paid. The Cowboys believe in him. I just think it's not necessarily 60 a year. That's crazy. Is he 231 over 231 of the 240 being fully guaranteed? OSU has some great receivers coming down the pipeline. And CMC was listed with a calf and Achilles injury as to why he's not playing. So I think it's more so a case of them being safe with him than him like not fully being ready to go. Purdy, quick pass left side for Samuel on a receiver screen, and he's going to get about three-ish on the play. But we have another flag. 10 on it. What, for Kyron Lacy to be a sleeper? I mean, he definitely could. Again, we'll see kind of what team he goes to. The scheme. Pass interference on San Francisco, calling it on Kyle Juszczyk. Back-to-back plays, the Niners are going backwards. Yeah, that's my main question is what's going to happen with Micah Parsons. Because, yeah, also, again, Dak getting up there in age on that and back into that deal. But I guarantee you there is some kind of out for Dallas in those final 2 or so years of it. There has to be. Because, again, he will be getting up there in age on that back end. And then, yeah, what happens with Micah Parsons? Because he wanted to get paid this offseason. So I wonder like how they're going to find the money to pay him next offseason. All right, 2nd and 6 coming up. Did it decline the penalty? What? Purdy under center. Mason behind him. Going to hand it off once again. This time the left side. Cuts up the field. 10-5. Finally brought down at about the 2. Bowers for Rookie of the Year? I mean, it depends how the quarterbacks end up looking. Because like none of the rookie quarterbacks necessarily looked great week 1. I think the best looking one was probably Jaden Daniels, and that's just because he didn't have like a terrible passing day. But like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess because none of the running backs really standing out right now. Marvin Harrison had an okay day against Buffalo. We'll see. Purdy under center, end around Samuel working that right side. Dive in for the end zone. Touchdown San Francisco. Now they score and take the lead. Yeah, it's not impossible. Like rookie of the year, at least after week 1, Rookie of the Year is open. But it could easily change. MVP this year, I mean, after week 1, Josh Allen. Like he played insane this week. But ended up down the stretch, it'll probably be Mahomes again. Like, it'll probably be Mahomes, but honestly, after week 1, Josh Allen. PAT is up and good. The Niners have a 6-point lead with just under 7 minutes remaining in the half. Yeah. Honestly, this season might not even count for Bryce Young after week 1. Man, like that man, I was actually high on the Panthers entering week 1. I don't know why. They looked terrible. Like they looked abysmal against San Francisco. I'm hoping they turn it around because again, I do like Bryce Young. I'm hoping they turn it around. Who would deserve? Yeah. Josh Allen arguably deserved it last year. Who would deserve it? I mean, it depends, or like it because I'm going based off of like how I like, predict how I kind of expect the season to end up playing out. I mean, Mahomes would probably be on that list for deserving, just because again, Mahomes, he is like, and he is probably the most valuable player on those Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, if Buffalo can have a great season, and like it looked like nothing changed from last year to this year, Josh Allen can definitely be on that list. Really enough, my dark horse, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield looked incredible in week one. If you can keep it up, and the Buccaneers have a season like I expect them to have, he I would not be surprised if he at least get votes. Yeah, Goff and Stafford played well last night as well. But yeah, I would not be shocked if Baker Mayfield at least gets votes if he keeps up this level of play, or at least he keeps up the level of play where like it causes Tampa to be in contention for the 1 seed. But like non-quarterbacks, because arguably Christian McCaffrey deserved it more than Josh Allen last year. It's just he wasn't a quarterback, so he kind of gets thrown under the wayside. When it comes to non-quarterbacks' potential to win it, I mean, it's it's unlikely. It's already unlikely for a non-quarterback to win it. It's even more unlikely for a defensive player to win it. But even saying that, Micah Parsons or T.J. Watt. Okay, last night it was so good to see Jake Bates hit the game time field goal. Because again, watching him in the UFL, like it was fantastic. I love him. Kickoff goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets will begin from the 30. I hate that my OBS crashed last night because man, my reaction to that would have been crazy. No, Saquon. Like if Saquon consistently has multi touchdown games, and like he ends up leading the league in both receiving and rushing touchdowns, Saquon could also be a dark horse for MVP, or at least offensive player of the year. Rodgers under center, back behind him, ball on the 30, making adjustments at the line. Yeah, I know you were joking. Rodgers handoff, working the left side with Brees Hall, going to gain roughly 3 on the play. And still keeping with that ground game. I respect it. I respect the smash mouth mindset. Just about 6.5 to play. Yeah, Cooper Cup could have a big season, especially with Nakua missing a few weeks or missing some time. Like he has a chance to like truly be that receiver one again. But I just don't know. I think he's similar to Thielen. Rodgers toss right side to Brees Hall, who's going to gain maybe 2. I think they're going to rule it just a gain of 1 up to the 34. Fred Warner on the tackle. I'd be like, Cooper Cup is getting closer to the Adam Thielen range for me, where yeah, he's still good, but as a receiver too, he can't be the lead receiver, and that's why like, them finding Nakua was so big for him. Rodgers shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, 3rd and 5. Now making adjustments at the line, looking for the 40-yard line to avoid another 3 and out. 5 seconds on the play clock. Get the snap off in time, looking to throw. And he's going to escape to his left. Trying to find someone, eventually throw in cross body, incomplete. But there is a flag on the play. Yeah. Illegal formation on the Jets. Penalty going to be declined. That's a 3 and out once again. I mean, here's the thing with Adam Thielen. I get his mindset of wanting to like leave Minnesota and be a focal receiving option once again in Carolina. I just think Carolina was the bad option. If he goes to a different team that has a little more stability and a little more quality, then I think it's a different story with like how that season plays out. Hunt comes off clean, return beginning from inside the 10, makes one man miss, and then gets out of bounds around the 12. The Niners will start from there with 5:18 in the half. It's like Thielen is a solid receiver. He didn't show it last year or yesterday, but he is a solid receiver. He can't fully be a receiver one anymore. If he goes to a team where he's 1A or receiver two, he's gonna find more success. And that's why like getting Deontay Johnson and getting Xavier Legette was supposed to help their offense. Because those are two like good quality receiving options. It's just the O-line is still a mess. Like that doesn't help. As we're at commercial break, so not missing anything. Like that's what I'm like. That's what's like sticking out with Carolina is like they kind of helped the offensive line with Robert Hunt, but they gave him way too much money. And for as much as I liked Robert Hunt, he played well for Miami last year, but he cannot be your best lineman. He got helped out in part because he had Armstead next to him. He was a left guard. So like he had Armstead right next to him, which helped him out a lot with his production and his play. He doesn't have that luxury in Carolina. Or even if he was our right guard, because we swapped around a lot. Even if he was our right guard, he had Austin Jackson to the right of him, who has become a great tackle in his own right. So again, for much as I like Robert Hunt, he's not a $20 million a year guard. Like you pay that much money for an O lineman, they better be able to handle shit one-on-one. Hunt cannot. And like I was like same thing with like Gesicki. Like he's gone since leaving Miami. He's gone to teams where they kind of need a tight end to also help a lot in the run blocking and in blocking in general. And he's just not a good blocker. So like it's players not fully realizing like the type of situation they need around them. And it's because they're high on themselves, which I totally get. But again, like you can be really confident in your skills and still be humble enough to realize I'm not the best. That I can't be the main focal point of a team, or I can't do everything on my own on the offensive line. Purdy under center, back behind him. 1st and 10 from the 12, looking to throw. Has some time stepping up, throwing left side, wide open. Caught is George Kittle. Push out of bounds near the 38-yard line. George Kittle finding a window in the defense on that corner route. Yeah, he's just open. Beautiful pass by Purdy. Laird did really well in there. Yeah, just places it really well. And there's Kittle, man. He's getting his work in tonight. 1st and 10 now from the 38. Purdy under center once again. Going to hand this off to Deebo Samuel. Trying to work that left side. Cut up field. Gain of nothing on the play. San Francisco is finding ways to get the run game going, which is perfect. They do need a solid ground game. They find ways to keep that going. I like their chances. They're showcasing some McCaffrey highlights. This is only the second game he has missed with San Francisco. That's insane. Purdy under center. Handoff. Jordan Mason up the middle. Going to break off some tackles and gain about 7 on the play. Jordan Mason is running incredibly well tonight. Like this be only being the second game McCaffrey has missed for San Francisco is crazy because like all the talk when he was in Carolina is can he have a healthy season? Apparently, he just didn't like playing for the Panthers, and who can blame him? Yeah, I admit that like, the way that they can run Debo on the jet is not maybe not the best, but hey, if it works sometimes. 3rd and 3, Purdy looking to throw, need the 48. Throwing left side, caught by Jordan Mason at midfield for a San Francisco first down. 3 minutes now to play in a second. San Francisco is playing really well. They're moving the ball effectively. Great. I mean, that's a great pass from Purdy, but honestly, the Jet player played Jordan Mason instead of the ball. If he instead tries to knock the ball down, he could hit that loose. Best edge rusher, TJ Watt. Purdy under center, going to play action, looking to throw. Pass short to Debo, who's going to catch it for about 3. 30 players selected. Best edge rusher, TJ Watt. The stats from week 1 do not show it really, but that's because he had two strip sacks called back due to penalties. Or at least 2 sacks called back due to penalties. One was a defensive holding, the other was a offsides that even the refs admitted should not have been called offsides. Miles Murphy. 2-minute warning from San Francisco. Listen, I truly need to know what happened in the Watt household where they can produce 2 future Hall of Famers on the edge rusher, like in the edge rusher position. I know JJ was kind of more so like a true D lineman, and TJ's more so an outside linebacker, but they're still like edge rushers. Produce 2 future Hall of Famers at the edge rusher, and then there's Derek, who was a fullback. Like, what happened there? Because like, what happened with Derek where he decided to be a fullback and for the Chargers of all teams? Like, what? I mean, it's always the brother duo. The Poundsies, yeah, but the Poundsies. Yeah. It's rare that Miami does benefit from or like it does like is a part of a great duo. And it comes like the Poundsies. But man, well, I believe we had Mike Pouncey, I believe. And yeah, he was a great center for us. Yeah. I mean, like, if I was talking about I was talking TJ Watt for active. If we're doing all-time uh edge rusher, that's a different question because there's so many that deserve to be like listed on that list. Both Watts obviously do. Like then you have Julius Peppers, you have Reggie White. As a Dolphin fan, I'm gonna throw in Jason Taylor because he was a beast. So like yeah, like all time edge rushers is definitely a better discussion than just active in my opinion because there's not really a discussion. It's TJ Watt when it comes to active. Well, I don't think they're necessarily trying to get rid of the idea of outside linebacker, but there's definitely a difference between a linebacker who is an edge rusher and one who can also be a coverage guy. Purdy under center, 2nd and 7, going to hand the ball off up the middle with Debo, going to gain about 4. Uh, yeah, you can say Lawrence Taylor was an edge rusher because he did play the edge and outside quite a bit. He was like an outside linebacker. So yeah, you can call him an edge rusher. but he more so goes. I think there's a difference between like all-time pass rushers and all-time linebackers, and I more so put Lawrence Taylor in the all-time linebacker category. Again, he's still he deserves to be in a lot of discussions as well. Purdy shotgun, use check to his right on 3rd and 3. They do not get the snap off. They're gonna call their first timeout. No, yeah, I get it. Here's the thing with Sauce Gardner's been on the sideline for a bit, but like it's because like, there is that blur between defensive end, edge rusher, and outside linebacker. And like to be a truly great outside linebacker now, you need to be a really good edge rusher on top of it. So like it's more like to truly separate the two is defensive ends are basically like defensive ends, aka or as edge rushers, have become more so outside linebackers who can't like who don't excel in pass coverage as well. Purdy looking to throw on 3rd and 3, throwing over the middle, wide open. Deebo Samuel, first down inside the 30 to about the 26. Yeah, the Donald is pretty like recognized as a tackle, as a nose tackle. But Madden is also so behind on how they call position groups. So I'm not surprised they get that wrong. Because like the idea because the idea of a right and left end doesn't exist anymore. That's been replaced with edge rusher. And then there's still and the same thing with like outside linebacker. Those kind of have been absorbed into just edge. Purdy looking to throw on 1st and 10, throwing over the middle, wide open. Jawan Jennings, first down and down inside the 15 towards the 12. 24 seconds. So like most organizations now have nose tackle, edge rusher, outside linebacker, and then Mike linebacker. So I think even then, some outside linebackers can be considered edge rushers. So there's not really like positions have become very, especially on the front seven. Positions have become very like fluent. Yeah, and like Fred Warner is a prime example of a middle slash Mike linebacker because like he lives in between tackles, no matter like on at the line, 5 yards off. Purdy shotgun back to his left, then the back to his right now, looking to throw. Pass left side receiver screen going to be caught, but brought down for a loss of 17 seconds, and the Niners have called their second timeout. That was before the play. Like Ray Lewis was also a Mike linebacker. Niners have called the last timeout. Zach Thomas, Zach Thomas was a Mike linebacker as well. Urlacher, yeah, Urlacher played middle a lot. Yeah, again, like, the whole discussion of like edge and outside linebacker have kind of just been like combined at this point. Which does make voting at the end of the year tough. I will say that, and I get why. Like, oh well, after this play, I'll explain. Purdy shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Can't afford to take a sack here. Throwing for the end zone. Going to be caught by Brandon Ayuk. Touched. No, the ruling it incomplete. That would have been an insane grab. I could have sworn that was caught. No, yeah, that's incomplete. Wow, would have been a great grab from Ayuk. Good throw by Purdy. Yeah, Van Der Esch was good as well. Sean Lee, Chad Greenway, Carlos Dansby as well. That wasn't Des Bryant-esque. That was it did very clearly hit the ground. There's now a stoppage for the Jets calling their first timeout. Like it fell through his hands and hit the ground. I just didn't see that from the wide angle. The Jets called their first timeout with 13 seconds to go. 49ers are facing a 3rd and 10. Need to take a shot towards the end zones. They have no more timeouts. What can Shanahan scheme up here? Okay, if you're going to throw it, which they're probably going to, gotta throw it towards the sideline or into the end zone. Or if there's no one open, just throw it away. Yeah, Ayuk, man, he ran. That was a great play. Really should have caught that ball. Purdy, shotgun, looking to throw in 3rd and 10. Stepping up, need to get rid of it if anything. Throwing for the end zone. And just throws it away incomplete in the vicinity of Brandon Ayuk. 4th and 10 coming up. And the Niners will send out the field goal unit to make this a 9-point game. I mean, hey, the Jets are able to get home a little bit on the pass rush. I will say that. Even without Hassan Reddick, though they've pretty much been without Hassan Reddick the entire season, or off season. 31-yard try from the left hash to make it a 9-point game. Snap, good hold, good kick, up, straight through. Yeah, this has been a great week 1, even despite the fact that there hasn't been a lot of upsets. There's been a lot of good, close games. Like it has been a good week 1. Is there 4 seconds left in the half? I imagine the Niners would just kick this one away for a touchback, and then the Jets will probably knee it out. Okay, the Dolphins released another statement surrounding the Tyreek Hill stuff. I'll read it at halftime. Oh boy, because that was a fiasco that happened yesterday. Hey, Tyreek still had a good day. Oh yeah, the Niners about to kick this one away. They get ball to begin the second half as well, which is big. The Jets had 5 yards of offense this quarter. Jeez, that's the yeah. If they have great quarters, but then like or just inconsistent like that, it's not gonna work. Kick is going to go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball will be at the 30 with 4 seconds left. Do they try one heave? I mean, it is Aaron Rodgers. He has hit massive heaves in the past. So do they try a 70-yarder with Rodgers? I think the last time the Jets threw a Hail Mary, it was Black Friday. So the one Javon Holland took to the house. Do they try it here? Nope. Just gonna knee it and bring it to halftime. That makes the most sense. All right, that is halftime. Yeah, the Niners get ball to begin the second half as they're up 9. All right, what is this statement from Miami? Oh boy, what is this? We're saddened, but overall aggressive. Johnny Smith was a part of it as well. Man, heartbroken. It's full splitting videos release. Officers stand beside Tyreek and our players as they work to use the platform and the situation to make a positive impact on our community. Okay. And it's kind of the statement I expected. Yeah, it's pretty much a statement that Miami is like all is the organization is pushing for the cops involved with all that to get yeah, kind of not be put in that situation ever again to get fired and all that. Which if you have not seen the body cam footage that was released like a few hours before kickoff, it was not an easy watch. That's for sure. Yeah, we're at halftime of this one, and the Niners up by 9. All right. Well, yeah, we shall see. I mean, Niners getting ball to begin the half is also massive because their offense has been moving the ball really effectively, especially on the ground, and that goes to show like how bad Bryce Huff is going to be missed. Because like now they're kind of weak at the edge rusher position, in part because Hassan Reddick has not showed up. Be like they're weak on the edge, so now they need to find they need to find that penetration somewhere. And if it's not going to be from Quinion Williams at nose tackle, or from what they have not Will McDonald. Is it Will McDonald who they drafted not too long ago? Not going to come from Will McDonald. It needs to come from the linebackers being able to like come from like C.J. Mosley and Javon Kinlaw being more aggressive to kind of like truly try to stop the run, but there comes negatives with that. So like they need to find like something to stop the ground game. Because they have the secondary to play the pass well. And if you get pressured, you're trying to stop the run. Like if you send 6 to focus the run, you still have a good chance at getting home as like as what ends up being good pass defense as well, and good pass rush. But San Francisco's O line has been playing really well today, so it could also just be that fact. As I will quickly, as a be right back, I'm gonna be like a foot away getting another drink. Ah, okay. Got another drink, aka no, not sponsored. All right. 10 minutes left in this in halftime. It's cool that ESPN and Monday Night Football has the timer there, signal it. That is a cool fact, a cool feature. Yeah, again, Week 1 has delivered this season. They have really delivered. I imagine, I imagine the Jets are gonna like up the ante, turn up the momentum, try to turn up the momentum, turn up the intensity a bit in the second half. We'll see if it's enough. I mean, it all like this first drive from the Niners, like if it's a not a touchdown, but if it results in a touchdown, if it was a touchdown scoring drive, like it blows this game open. But yeah, I mean the ground game has been insane. Did not expect Jordan Mason to be that good on the ground tonight. Are they inducting someone to the Niners Hall of Fame? I when Oh, Frank Gore. Okay, that's cool. Hell yeah, man. Frank Gore getting inducted to the Niners Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Well deserved. That's legend Frank Gore right there. It sucks his son is in Buffalo because I actually didn't want to root for him. I mean, I still will, but Gore. Yeah. It's in the Frank Gore is the perfect example of like the discussion earlier in the stream of like age by positions can be so weird. Because like Frank Gore played 20 years, was dominant for damn near all 20 of those years. But like now all of a sudden most other backs can't when their careers are starting with when like there's better like science and like medicine and all that. I'm saying better medicine 20 years ago. Not that much of a difference, but you like specially designed helmets now for each position and like a more of a more of a more of a focal point on player safety and all that. Like it's again like it goes back and what's even funnier about that discussion is the Giants and how the Giants fell for it. Because like if you watched Hard Knocks from like around the draft time and everything, a legit talking point that Joe Shane makes to Frank Gore is, oh well, Saquon's what, like 26, 29. Like he's like the whole thing was, oh well, Saquon's at that point where most running backs start to fall off, so like we don't want to pay him, or at least like we don't, or at least like there's a value we want to be at when it comes to Saquon, and there's like a max value to that, and it's just like, yeah, there's a reason why that's the average when it comes to running back age production, and that's because there are so many running backs that, yeah, do like, it's because for all the running backs that surpass that age, the amount that go below it, or instead the amount of running backs that don't last in the league for more than 2 years is what brings that average down towards that, like I think it's like 26 is the age mark. It's like, yeah, well, yeah, the age values is going to be swayed by the fact that it's really tough for running backs to even make the league and be a valuable piece because there are so many good running backs now and so many different ways for running backs to be used. So they're valuable. But it's like Saquon, even if that is like the bare like is like a whole every single running back, besides a few exceptions, hit this mark then fall off. Saquon is one of those exceptions. We saw that in Brazil. Yet at the same time, the Giants just didn't want to pay him, and I don't get it. Said Daniel Jones is making 40 million and playing like shit. So like it's man, it's weird, man. The way NFL front office works is very interesting. 'Cause yeah, we're still at halftime. Got about 4 minutes to go. Thanks to, at least according to ESPN's timer that they have here. But yeah, and a second half turnaround from the Jets is needed. I I do expect him to put up more than just the 7. Like, the will score again, I think. But, I mean, like, for as much hype as this offense has gotten this offseason, and yes, the Niners do have a good defense as well, but for as much hype as Rodgers and the offense has been, like, getting, was this 7 points here. Not the greatest of showings, that's for sure. A lot of 3 and outs, the fumble on the first play of the second drive. And they've really only had one successful drive, and that was the touchdown drive. Nothing else has been too successful. It's been a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of 1 first down drives, and that's about it. And, like, just not a lot going for the Jets. Who could have saw that coming? Okay, I understood why people were high on the Jets. I just did not see it, and this is proving my point. Watch the second half come, and they end up putting like 50 up on the Niners. They put up a 50 spot this half, and I'm just like, well, that's why people were hyping the offense. Like, it's also like the defense got a lot of hype, and like, yeah, the defense played well, but it was the case where people were saying, oh well, Rodgers is going to do enough to where the defense doesn't need to make too many stops. It's like, this is an average performance you'll get from the Jets defense. Is like, they gave up 3. Yeah, they gave up 3 scoring drives in a half because the offense gave up 1 thanks to the fumble. It's like, yeah, their defense will give up 3 scoring chances in a half. Whether that's 9 points, whether that's 21, or it's 16. Like, no matter the amount of points that those 3 scoring chances presents, they're going to give up roughly 3 a half. So then the offense needs to do a little better. It was like the offense just has not been playing well. And I'm not sure if it's just the fact that the Niners defense is that good, or it's the fact that the Jets the Jets have not gelled together yet because of Rodgers missing a lot of time, or if it's just play calling being bad with Nathaniel Hackett. To be fair, it could be all 3. We have a big time opening drive about to be underway as the Jets kick this one off. Again, the Jets, they need a defensive stop to begin this half. They cannot go down by too much to the Niners. Because when the Niners play ahead, they are one of the better teams in the league. They love playing ahead. We saw that last year. As the kick is underway, it's going to go pretty much out the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're maybe not intoxicated, but definitely under the influence. They definitely took some ayahuasca before this. Robert Saleh is 7 for 25 when trailing at half. Are you that is wow. The fact that this is his 4th year coaching the Jets. I mean, the Jets have been bad. Purdy handoff, first play of the half is going to be no gain to Jordan Mason. Yeah, it's the A-Rod effect. Yeah, no gain on first down for the Niners. 4th year. Yeah, so 32 times he's entered the half down 32 times over the course of, let's just say, 64 seasons. Like, geez. Purdy looking to throw in 2nd and 10. going to step up, gets rid of it to Samuel as a check down before being hit. Samuel going wide to the left side to pick up the first and a gain of 11. Samuel just ran from midfield, from the middle of the field, all the way to the left sideline in order to pick up that first. So very roughly 50% of the games Salah has poached in, he was down at the half. Not the greatest of things. All right, Purdy, shotgun, back to his right. Now shifting the back to his left. 1st and 10 from the 41. Juszczyk, send in motion, looking to throw. Pass right side to Kittle, going to be caught and pushing forward for a gain of about 6. All right, Salah's another reason why I'm not high on the Jets. He's just not a good coach. And the only reason he even has this 4th year is because Rodgers got injured last year. But even then, he should have been let go after last year. Purdy under center, going to hand this one off right side for Jordan Mason, trying to find a lane. Eventually cuts it towards the sideline for a gain of roughly 1. But the Jets have done a much better job of filling the run lanes so far this half. They've done a much better job in that aspect today. All right, 3rd and 3 now for San Francisco. 12.5 to go in the third. Again, a scoring drive for the first drive of the half could be massive. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers left, looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught by Jawan Jennings for a gain of roughly 4. That's enough for a San Francisco first down. And he's a little hobbled after the play, but it's a nice drawn up play. If the Jets did get some pressure in there, if Purdy waits, or if Purdy even could, but if there's like another second that Purdy could wait there, he has Ayuk deep. Oh, but that should have been a penalty on the Jets. That was a hip drop tackle. Why are they going to be calling that this year? Purdy under center. Going to hand this one off to Jordan Mason, who would have had a lane, but barely gets brought down after a gain of 2. Yeah, that should have been a penalty on the Jets. That should have been a penalty. I thought they were calling hip drop tackles this year. And they don't throw a flag there. That, at least to me, that looks like a hip drop tackle. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that they're not calling it because it is a kind of a dumb enforcement. But at the same time, if you said you're going to call it, you better call it. Purdy under center, back behind him, sending the man in motion now. Going to look to throw in 2nd and 8. Pass over the middle to Kyle Juszczyk is caught and brought down near the 40, maybe the plus 39. Either way, sets up a 3rd and short. I thought they were calling hip drop tackles, man. That's okay. All right, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 coming up. Ball on the 40. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers left, a receiver and a tight end to the right. Handoff up the middle. Jordan Mason, first down and more, down to about the 32. That's a first down for San Francisco on the gain of roughly 8. Man, the refs this week have been bad, to say the least. The refs this week have not been the greatest. Yeah, I guess you're right. But still. Purdy under center. Man stand in motion, going to look to throw, but there's a stoppage for a flag. They're going to call false start on San Francisco. There was a little bit of a swivel there on that play, on that tackle, but still, the whole idea of like what is a hip drop tackle and what isn't is a question that should not even need to be asked. Because like it's just weird. Call me old school, but yeah, I'm just like if you're going to try to enforce something related to tackling, make it like consistent and not like very minute. Purdy play action, looking to throw on 1st and 15, has time, throwing left side. Kyle Juszczyk wide open, down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Love it when a fullback gets usage, and that's gonna be 1st and goal, San Francisco. Plenty of space there. Kind of stumbles after catching it, which honestly should have been a touchdown on that. Yeah, he stumbled out after catching it. Honestly, if that ball was more out there to where you can just basket catch it. Either way, big play for San Francisco. 1st and goal, ball on the 3. Purdy under center. Back behind him. Going to hand this off to Jordan Mason, who's going to lose about 2 on the play. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely not a lot of fullbacks left. I'm not sure if there's only 2. There's Ingold, there's Juszczyk, there's Patrick Ricard, and it's not Anthony Schwartz. It's Anthony Schwartz, right? The Chiefs. No, Anthony Sherman. Is Anthony Sherman still in the league? So if so, that would be 4. Purdy under center, back behind him once again. Going hand off once again. Jordan Mason cuts to the right side and walks in. Touchdown, San Francisco. They extend this lead, and Saleh is looking on like how Saleh does. An 11-play, 7-18 drive, spanning 70 yards. And I think the Niners are about to go for 2. Okay. So then, yeah, Ricard, Ingold, and that's a great cutback. That is a great cutback and great blocking. Nope, going for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. I forgot to add the timeouts back. Also forget. Damn, I really forgot you said at halftime. That's crazy. There we go. Yeah. Ingold is a fullback. I mean, you see him on Sunday. On that final drive on Sunday was full of Ingold fullback dives, looking like Larry Zonka out there. So he's definitely a fullback. And then Ricard, Juszczyk. I want to say there's more. I want to say there's one more, but I just can't think of them if there is. The ad commercial break as the Niners just extended their lead to 16. But it felt so good seeing Miami convert 3rd and short with fullback dives. Like, it felt so good. Because last year we couldn't convert them for shit. Yeah, fullback is definitely a dying breed for sure. It's 100% a dying breed. Which sucks, because it is, like, if done, it is a dying, but when done right, aka, like, in these West Coast offenses, it can be a game changer of position. We will. Like, eventually, the fullback will be, like, died off, but then it'll make a comeback in another 20 years. You'll be a resurgence of, like, true fullbacks again. And, like, it is because the NFL is constantly going through those cycles. So, like, it was the 70s was run heavy, 80s was more so the pass, 90s was back to the run. And then first half 2000s was the run as well. And then it became the pass game. Now we're still in the pass game. Like, what will happen is eventually a fullback will come along that is just Mike Allstott 2.0, and that will cause a resurgence of the fullback position. Because the NFL is a very cycle league, but that's because it's a very copycat driven league. So, like a lot of teams are having success with the Shanahan style, so we're gonna keep running the Shanahan style until someone wins a Super Bowl with another run heavy style and has sustained success. Then everyone's gonna do the run heavy style again, and at that point, that's when the fullback comes out. As the Jets are going to return this from halfway into the end zone and get out to about the 20. They're saying he's still up. If so, he's down to the 29, but it seems like he's either down to the 23 or the 29. Either way, maybe not fully worth it to bring that out. Yeah, like now's RPO and the triple option and work like somewhat college style West Coast offense. And like once another like AFC North team has continued success running that like defense focused smash mouth style and they win a few Super Bowls or they win a Super Bowl, then people are gonna start copying them because they're gonna hire coaches off of those trees. Rodgers under center, play action, looking to throw. First play of the half, dump off left side to Breece Hall in the flat, going to gain 11 yards on the play. Jets first down. Yeah, it is. Like, motion is flashy, but it's that flash that allows it to work because it's a lot of misdirection. But again, eventually, people are going to become so used to it and not fall for it as much. And that's when you're going to get just running down your throat. It may take a while, but eventually the league is going to then revert back to a more of a run focus. Rodgers under center, handoff up the middle. Breece Hall going to gain roughly 5. Because what's happening is it's speed focused. You need to be fast. You need to be speed focused. So then linebackers and like the better linebackers to guard those guys, like the running backs or like the corners, are going to be smaller but faster to keep up with them. So like, okay, well, if you're smaller and faster, we're just gonna get a Derrick Henry type, and then the linebackers are going. So then our run's gonna be really effective again. And then once that's really effective again, then the linebackers are gonna get bigger and be able to stop it more. Then the elusive guys come back in. Rodgers looking to throw, 2nd and 5. Throwing right side, left side, going to be tipped in the air and intercepted. Pass intended for Garrett Wilson, and it's picked off on the tip drill. But there is a flag now on the play. A rare Aaron Rodgers interception. I forgot to change the possession indicator, so we'll see if the interception stands. We will see. There's one penalty on San Francisco, but I think it was after the interception. So it was a 15 yards from after the interception for, I believe, excessive celebration. Either way, it is 49ers football, and Rodgers has his first interception of the season. A great play to tip it up in the air, and a good concentration to then come down with it. And then Niners having momentum with 6:11 to go in the quarter, as that brings us to a commercial break. Yeah, so you definitely can put McVay in there because he comes from that Shanahan tree. What it is it's the Shanahans, McDaniel, McVay, LaFleur, Mostert eventually, not Mostert, Raheem Morris. It's those guys. Like Zach Taylor's another one of those. You guys who come from the Shanahan tree are like the thing right now. Because they're the ones that have some of the most success. You have the Andy Reids as well, but they're also offshoots of Shanahan in a way. Same thing with the Hardballs. Although the Hardballs are a weird situation. Because they hire OC, because remember, both of the Hardballs, Jim and John, they started off as special teams coordinators. So when it comes to like their style, it is a mixture of whatever trees they pick off for their defensive and offensive coordinators. Like those special teams guys, a little more geared towards the defense, but at the end of the day, like they're special teams guys. They love the special teams units. So like, because like Greg Roman, who is the wait no not Greg Roman, who's the Ravens OC? Todd McDonald, whatever his name is. I'm pretty sure he's a Shanahan offshoot. He was like a position coach under a Shanahan guy. So like a Wes Welker, like he's going to get a coordinator job soon. Because I think most likely Frank Smith, who's Miami's offensive coordinator, he's gonna leave in the offseason. I think is the expectation. Then Wes Welker's gonna take his place. But to be fair, that doesn't fully matter. Purdy under center, going to play action, looking to throw, dump off Kittle in the flat, but incomplete through his hands. 6:06 to go in the third, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jawan Jennings is questionable to return with an ankle injury. Yeah, Rodgers just tried to force that pass into Garrett Wilson. I don't get that. He threw it behind Wilson, kind of forced it in there. I don't get that. That's not a very Rodgers-esque throw. Purdy shotgun back to his right. Handoff up the middle. Jordan Mason has a lane. Running angry, gonna get 11 on the play to midfield. First down, San Francisco. Yeah, Zach Taylor has his issues, but those issues are primarily just starting the seasons off slow, which since he has quickly bounced back multiple times from that situation, so I don't think it's anything too much to worry about. And then, yeah, how Gerard Mayo handles the rest of the season is going to be interesting. Purdy, shotgun, handoff once again, Jordan Mason. And he's going to gain roughly 2 on this handoff. Because here's the thing with Gerard Mayo. While yes, he's a part of that Belichick coaching tree, at the same time, he doesn't feel like he's a part of that Belichick coaching tree. And it's because he was a player under Belichick. All those other Belichick disciples weren't players beforehand. Mayo was. So he thinks differently. Purdy back to throw in 2nd and 8. Has time, throw in right side. Overthrows Juszczyk on a sit route. Incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up. So got me. Oh yeah, it's just the ayahuasca is making him not see 49ers players apparently. It'd be like Gerard Mayo could be like the one good Belichick disciple to come out of Belichick's 1+ years of coaching. Purdy, shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers right, looking for the 40-yard line. Jets sending pressure. Has time, Blisk is picked up well, but short arms George Kittle over the middle. There is a flag on the play, but currently it would be 4th and 8. It is hands to the face on the Jets. 5 yards, automatic first down. The Niners keep the drive alive. They call it on Jermaine Johnson. Illegal use of hands. That's not hands to the face. That is hands to the throat. He was choking that right tackle. Like he had that around his neck. Yeah, and no, obviously Mayo's defensive minded. He played linebacker for Belichick. But the key thing is, can he like coach up an offense? And this is the handoff up the middle for Jordan Mason, gonna pick up about 5. Because one thing with Belichick was when Josh McDaniels wasn't there, the offense didn't look the same. Belichick didn't know like how to truly build an offensive staff. And so like that's why like when Josh McDaniels left for Vegas, Mac Jones looked awful and the offense just never looked the same. But now we'll see how Gerard Mayo can build it. Purdy under center, back behind him, 2nd and 5. Gonna hand off to Jordan Mason once again, breaks the tackle, nearly broke another. Gains roughly 2, maybe 3 on the play, but Jordan Mason, man, he is running incredible. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the use of hands to the face is a weird penalty. Purdy looking to throw in 2nd and 2. Throwing in the seam and it's incomplete. Throwing to double coverage should have been picked off, but instead, luckily, falls incomplete. Dangerous throw from Purdy. And the weird thing is, if he looks a little bit more to his right, he has someone who has a better like leverage. Like he has a receiver more so towards the sideline that's there. You're a good level. Welcome back. 53-yard try from Jake Moody from the left hash to make this a 19-point game. Kick is up, and it's doinked and through. Wow, what luck on that doink. But nonetheless, it goes in. 26-7. Man, that was lucky to go in. Doinked off the left upright and in. Yeah, I mean these night games. Hey, the night games have been the best games of this week so far. But yeah, they run late. That's it's probably not the best idea to be drinking Coca-Cola, but whatever. I mean, San Francisco, they've been playing this game really well. And the Jets offense not able to do much. They have a few good runs with Brees Hall, and occasionally like a good pass, a good completion here or there. But it's just nothing consistent. And that's the key thing. You can have all the talent. If it doesn't gel together and it's not consistent enough, you're not gonna find sustained success. So that's why it's like that's why I wasn't high on the Jets entering the season. I yeah, there's not consistent enough. And I'm sure the consistency will probably come as they get more reps and everything to going together. I mean, again, it could very easily just take time and come week 5, they're good to go and they're kicking everybody's ass. But there's also the same idea that, well, if it takes till week 5, and let's say they're like 1-3, 1-4 by that point, Salah is going to lose the locker room, and it's going to massively hurt how the gelling together is going to play out. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, the start of the season always a lot going on. Yeah, if you need to pass out, you're good. He has looked mid so far, which I'm not too surprised about because again, first game back from the Achilles injury against a good Niners defense. But like I kind of expected more out of it as the kickoff is out the back of the end zone for a touchback. It's like the play calling doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not efficient really. The O line has looked pretty good, but at the same time, there's moments that it's just like you need to like it needs to be better. Yeah, you get Bob Flash. I need to dive more into that. Hold on. Rodgers, quick pass right side for a bubble screen to Garrett Wilson, going to gain roughly 6. So I can handle that Miami or Buffalo in 2 different ways. The biased answer is Miami all the way. And that is probably the answer you'll see on predictions on Wednesday, just because. But actually, like thinking like statistically and logically with it, Buffalo. Rodgers throwing quick, left side going to be caught down the sideline and finally brought down, but not before getting past midfield. That's Allen Lazard. Great pass from Aaron Rodgers. Like I'm gonna say Miami because I'm a Dolphins fan, but like the smart decision is Buffalo. But we'll see. Neither team looked like neither team played a full 60 minutes yesterday. So we'll see. Rodgers shotgun back to his right. Handoff. Brees Hall going to gain a yard, maybe 2 on the play. 2:20 to go in the third. Yeah, so predictions will be out Wednesday. I would discuss every game, but yeah. Again, I'm just gonna say Dolphins fans gonna say Miami. I have faith. How much faith? That's a different question. But there's faith there. 2nd and 8. Rodgers shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 9 seconds on the play clock. Just under a minute 50 to go in the third. Looking to throw. Pass quick. Left side dropped by Brees Hall. Fred Warner was ready to lay him out, though, if he caught it. So, 3rd and 8 coming up. Again, a lot of like the blocking and the protection shifts could just be because they're not used to Rodgers yet and his cadences and how he calls things. We'll see. We'll truly see the Jets when we get to around midseason. The Niners jump on 3rd and 8. Free play. Rodgers over the middle, caught by Lazard. Touchdown Jets. The Jets got the 49ers to jump. And that's gonna be a touchdown. Everyone stopped on that play though. They clearly thought that play was going to be killed. Instead, it wasn't, and that's a Jets touchdown. Yeah, I mean, it would have been killed if Leonard Floyd kept running. Yeah, no, I mean, when I was younger, because I grew up a Dolphins fan, but during like the tough years of Miami, I would like be a Bengals fan or a Lions fan or whatever. Never an actual good team. Always like a team that's roughly on par with Miami, which is weird. 2-point conversion try for the Jets. Handoff Brees Hall up the middle, and I don't think he got it. Yeah, they're saying he did not get it. Gonna be a 13-point game. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. And not funny, but like it's crazy how parents can be a factor in simple things like sports fandoms. And also like just not any New York team because Buffalo's pretty good, but like if I feel bad for people who are Jets and Giants fans just because of what they've been through. Those fan bases, man, they've been through a lot. Giants less so, but yeah, Syracuse as well. They beat Georgia Tech this past weekend. That was a pretty good game from them. Alan McCord was dealing. At commercial break after the Jets cut the lead to 13. Gonna need a stand from their legendary defense now. Yeah, I'm being petty. I mean, like, again, if the Jets do truly have this elite level defense that people claim they have, they should be able to make a big time stop when they need it most. Especially against a McCaffrey, a CMC-less 49ers team. They'd be letting Jordan Mason run all over them tonight. A Deal Dash commercial. Yeah, I mean, Otto's a funny mascot. I did see the Tyreek Hill stuff. No, so they released a body cam footage like a few hours before kickoff, and in it, when they go to the window, because initially, yeah, they did not know it was Tyreek, but then they go to the window, and when they knock on the window, they then realize it's Tyreek. A cop turns behind him, say, "Yo, it's Reek," and they still do all that shit. Like, it's just disgusting, man. That like how they handle that situation. Like it was a tough watch, that body cam footage. And then like because the Calais Campbell got involved with it, Jonnu Smith got involved, and it's all just like, man, that's and it sucks because like I have been down there. Yeah, I'm from South Florida. I've been to that stadium so many times, and like, I've interacted with the cops there a lot because like most of them are chill. Like you walk down you walk on those bridges that they have from the parking lots, and like occasionally you have a cop standing there or whatever. And, like they're just chill. They go saying, "Hey, have fun at the game" and whatnot. But there's always those shit ones that try to make things live in hell. It was just disgusting, man. It was disgusting. And then like the way McDaniel talked about it today as well as presser is just, yeah, it's rough. Purdy handing this one off to the right side with Jordan Mason going to gain a yard. And then like statements have been made since like during this game. Armstead released a statement himself, like tweeted out himself talking about like the situation like in the locker room immediately after. Yeah, it's just it sucks, man. It's shameful. There's like, in South Florida, especially, there's so many worse things that they should be focusing on. Purdy fakes a toss to the left, has time to throw now. Eventually thrown over the middle, wide open, is going to be caught for the first down and more, down to about the 38-37. That's Jawan Jennings. It is. And like, especially because like this summer in South Florida was like a very like high energetic summer, thanks to the Panthers winning their cup, and then like the hype around Miami, and then the first game has that happen with it. Bro, this team is cursed, but hey, they got the win nonetheless, and Tyreek had a good game. Purdy under center, back behind him. Final play in the third quarter. Going to play action to see Samuel, looking to throw now, rolling to his left, directing traffic. Eventually throws it back over the middle to Kyle Juszczyk for a gain of 2. There is a flag on the play. I like the Niners. I have respect for San Francisco, in large part because I like Frank Gore when he was there. He's a guy. And I have a respect for Anquan Bolden, who was there in 13 to 15. I love Anquan Bolden. He's from South Florida as well. I know his brother. Brother trained me when I was playing football. Flag was a defensive holding on the Jets, 5 yards, automatic first down. I like the Niners, and as a Dolphins fan, I hate the Jets. Like Frank Gore, legend to me, legend, and then Anquan Bolden, legend to me. I'm gonna be pushing for him to be in the Hall of Fame until he gets it. Because again, I know his brother. His brother's chill. His brother's the one who trained me when I used to play, and now his brother's over at South Carolina State as a receivers coach. I'm rooting for them as well. Maybe the Boldens, Anquan, his brother Demir, chill ass people. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the third. So Niners with the ball, going to be having a 1st and 10 after defensive hold in to begin the fourth. Yeah, so I like the Niners, respect the Niners, do not like the Jets. There's a few teams where that's kind of like a situation of like I respect a lot of teams, but I don't fully say I like them. There are a few teams like obviously besides Miami that I like, and the Lions are one of them because very similar reasons. I have like MCDC to me is a Miami legend because he did a great job as interim after Joe Philbin was fired. I wish we kept him instead of going to Adam Gase, but that's a different thing. And plus, I like Jared Goff, so I like the Lions. It's still a commercial break. I think Jalen Waddle is really good. Yeah, I mean it. You need to be really good to have 3 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons to start the season, to start your career. And plus, his rookie season, he set the at the time rookie receptions record in the season. Like he set a record for receptions in your rookie season. That did eventually get broken by Puka Nacua last year. But like yeah, Waddle is a legit receiver in the league. My only issue with him, only issue is there are so many times where he jumps unnecessarily. But besides that, he is a great receiver. Yeah, I love Waddle. See you level. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, next week, Monday Night Football. Oh, it's the Falcons Eagles. I mean, I'm happy to be able to watch the Eagles again. Saquon Barkley is going to be fun to watch. The Eagles teams are going to be fun to watch. But the Falcons, after how they played against Pittsburgh, damn. That's going to be, man, the primetime games next week. Jeez. Okay. That's going to be fun. Purdy under center, back behind him, use check, motioned into the fullback role. Now Kittle sent in motion, toss play right side for Jordan Mason. Trying to find a lane, eventually gets back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say a gain of 1. Yeah, Dolphins Bills, hopefully that is a really good game. Hopefully Miami wins. And then Sunday Night Football is what, Chicago, someone, cannot remember. And then Monday night's Atlanta, Philly. What are the other Sunday games? I'm going to be streaming one of those as well. I know KC Cincy is next Sunday, but honestly, they're probably not going to stream that game. It doesn't look that appealing. Purdy looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Throw in left side. Caught by Deebo Samuel. Makes one man miss and down past the 40. Past the 35. Finally brought down near the 32. Big pickup on 2nd and 8. That's a San Francisco first down. I mean, what are the games on next Sunday? Detroit and Tampa. Be on the lookout for that one. Be on the lookout for a stream of that game. That's probably what I'm going to decide to do. Detroit Tampa is a great game. Purdy under center, back behind him. 1st and 10, play action, rolling out to his left, looking to throw. Going to hit Kittle in the flat for a gain of roughly 1. I think the plan for week 2 is the prime times and Tampa Detroit. Yeah, Tampa Detroit, that's a really good game. Jeez. Ricky Pearsall on the sideline, man. Him being here tonight is incredible. At 2nd and 8, gave Kittle 2 on the play. Purdy under center, back behind him, ball on the 30. Juwan Jennings sent in motion. Purdy can hand this off to Jordan Mason, who cuts it up the middle for a gain of roughly 2. All right, third down coming up. The Niners in field goal range can make this a 16-point game. But obviously a touchdown probably is the dagger. Honestly, a touchdown might be enough here. Purely just because I don't fully know how the Jets can be in a situation like this with Rodgers. Purdy, shotgun, back to his right. Juwan Jennings and 2 other receivers to the left. Looking to throw, 3rd and 6. Throwing left side, has a man wide open, it's Brandon Ayuk. First down to the 15-yard line. And with 12 minutes to go, San Francisco can keep killing this clock. Man, oh man, Brandon Ayuk. Big time players make big time plays in big time moments. That's for certain. All right, 1st and 10. They get ball on the 15-yard line. There's a ball on the 14. About 11 and a half to go in the game. Purdy, shotgun, back to his right. Samuel sent in motion, going to do an end around to the right side. He's going to pick up no gain on the play. Maybe half a yard. And with that, San Francisco can keep killing this clock. As you're showing Ayuk training, it seems, in his backyard. That's funny. There is some kind of stoppage now with 11-12 to go in the 4th. Doesn't seem like any of the teams have called a timeout, but there is some kind of clock stoppage. And we're heading to commercial. Okay. Heading to commercial with 11-12 to go in the game. And the Niners facing a 2nd and 10 from their 14. Yeah, not a lot of quality games on Sunday next week. Okay. Now, Bobash, we're saying shaking your head because I'm probably not going to do KC Cincy on Sunday next week. Listen, if you would have stood your ground, if y'all would have stood your ground against New England, I probably would have ended up doing it. But honestly, Detroit Tampa is just too enticing of a game. It's just too enticing. Also, yeah, people have pointed out on the international games, the Germany game being the Giants and Panthers. That's fantastic. That's gonna be a great game. It's at commercial break as we await the final 11 minutes in this one. With the Niners having ball on the 14-yard line. As we get a Red Bull commercial with clams. Cool. These Red Bull commercials are funny. In the sense that they spend money on on good quality animation for the dumbest of possible situations. Anyway, back from commercial break, Niners with the ball. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers left. Now motioning one of those receivers from the left to the right. And 2nd and 9. Purdy, handoff up the middle. Jordan Mason are trying to bounce it out to the left side, but is only going to gain about 1 on the play. 3rd and 8 coming up. And it seems like Michael Carter is being checked up on the sideline. And now they're saying 3rd and 9 for San Francisco. Yeah, Michael Carter going to the medical tent. as a Lazard is on one of the bikes on the sideline. 10.5 to play. San Francisco in a great spot here to extend their lead. Purdy, shotgun, back to his left. Gonna look to throw. Throwing right side, has a man open, gonna be caught. Makes one man miss. Jawan Jennings trying to fight for the first, but unable to. Stood up at the 5-yard line, a yard short. And now the Niners have a decision to make. With 10 minutes to go in the game, do you go for it on 4th down? You are on the 5-yard line. So even if you don't convert, you are pushing the Jets. The Jets are backed up. And the Niners are lined up at least to go for it. And the Jets call their first timeout. As there was chaos everywhere while Purdy was trying to get them to jump off sides, it seems. They almost caught the Jets mid-substitution. And then, yeah, just a chaotic mess for the Jets. And yeah, there are really not that many good college football games this weekend, huh? Because, yeah, college game day is really going to LSU, South Carolina. I mean, they could have gone to, like, some, like, other conferences. Don't have to stay specifically in the SEC. And it seems like now the Niners are sending out the field goal unit with 9:46 in the game to make it a 16-point game. Jake Moody from 23 yards out on the right hash. Snap good, hold good, kick up and good. 29-13 with 9:43 to play. And seems like Trent Williams is going to the locker room. What's going on with him? And that brings us to commercial. And so commercial break. I will be right back. All right, still that commercial. Still that commercial break. All right, how are the Jets? The Jets are only down by 2 possessions, but they're going to need to get 2-point conversions on their touchdowns now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this. Because there's not necessarily a real, there is definitely a real, like, pressure to score because you only have 2 timeouts now. So with that, like, you want to score before 2-minute warning. You want to score and still give your defense a shot to make a stop without having to be too pressured into making a stop. So you score, you get a 2-point conversion, and all that happens in 3 to 4 minutes. You should be in a good spot. But at the same time, I mean, you really just want to see how your offense plays in a moment like this. Because the first time with Rodgers on the Jets, they're going to be seeing a 4th quarter drive. So we'll see how they rally behind Rodgers. We'll see how he leads them in a moment like this. And kind of if they can see if they can build off of that previous drive. Like that, those are kind of the big things for this. Again, it's like 16-point deficit. While not impossible to come back from with this amount of time left, it is pretty unlikely, though. They do have Rodgers, and there's 9:40. Going to be returned beginning from inside the 5 and brought down at about the 24. So good kick coverage there from San Francisco, as the Jets are going to be starting from inside the 25. Since 2011, the Jets have 77 wins, third fewest in the NFL. That Rodgers, shotgun, back to his right. Two receivers and a tight end to the left. Now motion in the back to his left. Going to hand off Breece Hall right side, and it's going to go for about 2, maybe 3 on the play. So second down coming up now for New York. You at least at San Francisco. 9:20 to go in the game. 2nd and 7. San Francisco has dominated time of possession. Rodgers, shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to each side. Looking to throw. Throw in left side, going to be caught. And because that's going to be a first down for Allen Lazard, brought down near the 41. It is good that Allen Lazard is showing up a bit. He was someone that before the season I was like, he needs to come up big because he knows Rodgers and how he likes to play and all that. Like the Jets need more than just Garrett Wilson in the pass game. So if Allen Lazard can be that receiver too. Rodgers, shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Dump off, Hall, left side, breaks 1 tackle. Still going, push out of bounds at about midfield, they're saying. Kind of looked like there was a plus 49, but they're saying midfield. And that would bring up second down. Fred Warner is the one who pushed him out of bounds. No, that's definitely more so the first down marker. But 2nd and 1 from the 50. Rodgers and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers each side, kind of bunched up. Gonna look to throw. Quick pass left side, going to be caught by Garrett Wilson for a first down up to about the plus 44. So the Jets have definitely found their groove in this second half for the offense. But a lot of it has been the quick game. The quick game and kind of the run game. Rodgers looking to throw, but there's a stoppage before the snap. As I guess it was a flag. What are they calling? Oh, they're saying under review. Oh, Garrett Wilson is out of bounds. Yeah, he only got 1 foot in. He got Isaiah Likely. His left foot, the toes of his left foot are out of bounds by the time he gains possession of the ball. Right foot in, and then the left foot is out of bounds by the toes. He got Isaiah Likely. So it will be 3rd down for the Jets at midfield. Wow. Just about 8 minutes to go in this game. 3rd and 1 for the Jets. Need to pick it up here, though. It's probably 4 down territory. Rodgers, shotgun. A back to his left alongside a tight end. Going to hand off up the middle, and Breece Hall is going to get stonewalled. Nothing on the play. San Francisco comes up big on 3rd down, and now the Jets have to go for it. They tried a halfback dive with Breece Hall, but it just didn't work. He got stood up by his own lineman, who couldn't quite push the pile enough. So 4th and 1. Rodgers, shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. This is a must-have-it drive. You keep it in his hands, throw in, and it's incomplete. Intended for Garrett Wilson on a slant route, and Rodgers puts it low and behind. So the 49ers make the big-time 4th down stop, and that probably is going to be enough. Yeah, just not the best of throws from Rodgers, and that brings us to a commercial break. Low and behind, not something that gets related to Rodgers a lot when it comes to his accuracy. Yeah, just story of this game for the Jets: inconsistency. Like a few good, like two really good drives, a few good plays here and there, but for the most part, just not a lot. For the most part, just not a lot. Is yeah, we're at commercial break at Dan Orlovsky and the Geico commercial. That's cool. That's cool. What is this commercial? Oh well. Again, just about 7.5 to go in the game. Niners with ball at midfield, looking to close it out with kind of just any kind of score and drive here. Make this a 3 possession game. That's just about to do it. But if you're not going to score, you want to make sure you punt it away. Or I guess an arm punt works as well. But the key thing is you don't want any kind of turnover that puts the Jets in good field position in. Just try to give it away, or just try to get a field goal, maybe get a touchdown, but kill clock, waste the time, take the win, don't force anything, play it safe. All this, so Belichick made a good point today when he was on the Pat McAfee show, and that is that the idea that game manager is a bad thing is bullshit, is BS. Like like a game manager is all a lot of teams truly look for because they have solid defenses. Like you would rather just like make the smart decisions. All right, Purdy under center, going to hand this one off to the right side with Jorgen Mason, breaks one tackle, still going down past the 30. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 25. And there could have been a taunting called there, but no flag thrown. And that's a big time gain on first down to pick up another first. And yeah, that fourth down throw from Rodgers just wasn't fully in. And then it goes back to Brees Hall being marked short of the first on first down, where again I don't think he was. Purdy under center, back behind him, going to hand it off once again to Jordan Mason. This time for a gain of about 3, maybe 4, as the Niners have eclipsed 400 yards of total offense tonight. 6.5 to play. And yeah, we should be expecting a lot more handoffs for the rest of this. Garrett Wilson on the sideline looking at the tablet. 6 minutes now to play. 2nd and 7 coming up for San Francisco. Is that Chris Connolly in? Purdy under center, back behind him, two receivers and a tight end to the right. Going to toss this up the middle to Jordan Mose. Why am I blinking on his name now? I've only been saying it the entire night. Jordan Morgan, right? Why am I? Anyway, a gain of roughly 3 or 4. Jordan Mason. There we go. Thank you. I was gonna say Jordan Morgan. I think I just wanted it to rhyme. Yeah, 5.5 to go. 3rd and 2 coming up for San Francisco. Yeah, just trying to get as many first downs as possible. 34 rushing yards for the Jets tonight. That is not enough. Purdy shotgun back to his right. Kittle sent in motion. And San Francisco is going to call their first timeout as the play clock was about to expire. .506 on the clock, and Jordan Mason coming back into the game. Why am I all of a sudden struggling with his name? The week 1 storylines according to ESPN is the Isaiah Likely touchdown that was overturned, Saquon having himself a day against Green Bay, Dak Prescott getting paid and then having a day against Cleveland, and the Lions winning in overtime against the Rams. I assume it's the 4th one. If they even are showing a 4th, they're not. All right, 3rd and 2, 5:06. Purdy, shotgun, back behind him, tight end to his left. Going to roll out left, look to throw, pump faking, still trying to find someone, then just dives forward at the 25 and takes the sack. So that sets up a 4th down for San Francisco and outtrots the field goal unit to make this a 19-point game with about what will end up being about 4:20 to go if they kill all this clock. To make it a 19-point game, Jake Moody from 42 yards out on the left hash. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and right down the middle. And the Niners have played incredibly well tonight. Like, they've handled business in this one. Yeah, that also means I have gone 12-4 in pick'ems this week. I will take that. I will certainly take that. Especially because next week is not going to be the easiest. .420 to go. And did they do the kickoff already? I don't think so. Yeah, 3 teams have won in week 1 after trailing by 14 plus. The Bills, the Browns, the Bears, and the Dolphins. Wow, and 2 of those teams play each other in week 2. Kickoff is underway. Going to be returned. Nope. Out the back of the end zone, touchback. So Aaron Rodgers has 4:20 to try to make this game some. As you see Tyrod Taylor entering the game, I mean, it would make sense if Rodgers is done for the night. But at the same time, I feel like they probably would have wanted to get something to build off of. Oh yeah, Tyrod Taylor is now in for the Jets. He's in shotgun, back to his left. Going to hand this one off to Breece Hall. We're trying to get that right side going. And going to gain roughly 2 on the play. Yeah, Rodgers' night is done for. End of the day, 13 for 21, 167, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not a bad week 1 for Rodgers considering previous week 1s, but definitely not what people expected. Taylor under center, back behind him. Lazard sent in motion. Going to hand it off up the middle for Breece Hall, who breaks off 1 tackle and finds a lane, breaks off another and another. Finally brought down near the 49-yard line. First down, New York. Yeah, this Jets team, I mean, again, they showed flashes, but at the end of the day, it's just it doesn't look like this. Oh, like insane threat that people were talking about. And again, it's going to take time for things to gel together, but Taylor, play action, looking to throw, rolling out right, dumping it off to Tyler Conklin, I believe. That would be a gain of roughly 6. Actually, I don't think that is Tyler Conklin. 83. I do not know Jets tight ends, by the way. Even though the Jets are divisional opponents. No, it was Tyler Conklin. Okay. He's just the only tight end I know, so that's why I said it. Taylor throwing right side on 2nd and 4, going to be caught by Allen Lazard for a first down, gain of roughly 6. 2.5 to play. And the Jets offense is able to move it right now without Rodgers. To be fair, is also garbage time. Taylor shotgun back to his right, looking to throw. Has some time throwing right side, and that is incomplete. Should have been intercepted, passing to double coverage, intended for Alvin Lazard. Ball's incomplete, 2nd and 10 with 2:12 to play. Yeah, no idea why he threw that pass. Like, no, I guess he thought he could layer it in, and to be fair, he almost did. He almost got to pass the corner, but the safety was right there behind him. 2nd and 10, Taylor shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers left. Looking to throw, dump off screenplay to the right side. Going to gain 8, maybe 9 on the play. That is to... Who's the backup running back? Braylon Allen on the reception. And that also brings us to the 2-minute warning. Hey, the Jets have gotten a drive together here to end the game, but it's without Rodgers, so it's kind of like, okay, what's the point? This was your chance to kind of like have something to build off of. So that way, like, you can get into next week a little better. To be fair, their opponents next week aren't anything to be too worried about. I mean, they played the Titans played relatively well yesterday. They did blow that game, but your defense played really well against Chicago. And it's in Tennessee. We'll see. Yeah, at commercial break, thanks to the 2-minute warning, as the Jets are trying to find something. The Jets are trying to find something to build off of here entering week 2. But yeah, I mean, the Niners played incredible today. Like, they played exactly how they needed to. And this is without CMC. They did not have Christian McCaffrey tonight. And they still played this well on offense. So, like, they get CMC back in a week or two. Oh, man, look out for the 49ers. Yeah, I still like commercial. Not missing anything. We can use this time to say to subscribe. Really appreciated. And leave a like as well. But yeah. We'll have power rankings tomorrow. Predictions on Wednesday. Plus a live stream on Wednesday. For the weekly Wednesday night Q&A. Alright, just got back from commercial. Again, Jets have the ball. Tyrod Taylor is in. Trying to make this game look better on paper. And make this kind of, can have some kind of moral victory. Or the moral victories aren't fully looked at. Taylor shotgun back to his left. Going to hand it off up the middle to Braylon Allen. Has a lane. And nearly broke one big, but it's going to be a gain of roughly 8 on 3rd and 1. So it is a Jets first down. And yeah, they're letting the clock run a bit. Taylor shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Throwing right side, has a man open. It is caught. Garrett Wilson. Gain of 8, maybe 9 on the play. 1.5 to go. Yeah, again, what a night from San Francisco, man. What a night. So 2nd and 2, Taylor shotgun back to his left. Looking to throw, stepping up, escapes escapes a sack attempt, finally caught near the sideline. There is a flag on the play. That's a late flag. Would have been caught for a gain of 3. Oh, saying illegal touch-in? The ref's hat is off. Illegal touch-in on Garrett Wilson. Wow, that's rarely called. So a minute 6 left to go in the game. Garrett Wilson gets called for illegal touch-in, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Taylor, shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers spread out each side. Going to look to throw. Bosa gets there quick. Caught by Lazard at the 10-yard line for a first down and gain of 4. But Bosa had a clean lane, and the Jets really just called a timeout. All right, second timeout called for the Jets. They are trying to score before the end of the game here, so they have something to work off of and build off of. But really have to call timeouts in this situation. Yeah, they're showing highlights again. Rodgers had a few good plays. The Jets had good plays today, but for the most part, I mean, there's not too much to build off of. There's definitely stuff that's there, but they need to gel together a bit better as a team. Taylor looking to throw on 1st and goal, going to step up and keep it himself. Bounces out to the right side and going to be brought down at the 3-yard line. Nearly had a rushing touchdown there for Tyrod Taylor. And the clock is ticking. 40 seconds to play. 2nd and goal. And the Jets trying to score in garbage time here to make this a little bit more of a better looking score. Taylor, shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. Has some time throwing left side. Going to be caught by Allen Lazard in the end zone. Touchdown Jets. With 25 seconds to go. They're looking to make this a 12-point game. A 12-play, 70-yard drive to score in garbage time thanks to Tyrod Taylor. I mean, that was a nice-looking drive. It's just it wasn't Aaron Rodgers. Which maybe isn't the... I mean, it is a good thing because your backup last year was Zach Wilson. But, hey, the Jets going for 2 now. Taylor in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers bunched to the left. Looking to throw. Has some time throwing back at the end zone. Incomplete. No flags. There we go. That's the proper score. And with 25 seconds left, the Niners will be getting the ball back to need this one out. So it ends with a 13-point game. And the Jets' upcoming schedule at Tennessee versus New England, versus Denver, at Minnesota, and then versus Buffalo on Monday Night Football in Week 6. Not the toughest of schedules, but also not the easiest of schedules either. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how the Jets handle that schedule. It's a good enough schedule to where it's good test to see how the team is gelling each and every week. So and that's kind of you want to just make sure that you're in a good spot that come that Week 6 game, you are not completely out of it, and therefore you can still have a push once you are playing as the best the team can. Kick is underway, going to bounce in the end zone, then out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And yeah, I would expect the Niners to just need this one out. I mean, again, the Niners looked really good even without CMC. Meanwhile, the Jets, they have stuff to work on, and they have a short week before playing Tennessee. Who, again, Tennessee's defense played Chicago really well. There is a difference between going against a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams and going against Aaron Rodgers. But by the way, San Francisco going to with one knee down. Going to then let the clock run, and this is your final from Santa Clara, California. The 49ers win 32-19. What a game. What a game. And I mean, yeah, maybe not the closest of games, but it was still fun. It's always fun to watch the Jets lose. Plain and simple. Thank you all for tuning in. I have the final bit of power rankings to record. So I'm gonna do that before crashing. Thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate everyone who watched, everyone who left a like. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Power rankings tomorrow, predictions Wednesday, and then we have more football on Thursday. Have yourselves a damn good one. I'll see you next time. Peace.